Welcome, adventurers and storytellers. This is Kazu of the Wormforge, and today I proudly present to you the Ashvale Wastes, an epic Daggerheart mini-campaign based loosely on some of my favorite series such as Fallout, Metro, and Borderlands, with a heavy emphasis on deadly combat and dark humor. Most of you know me from my Baldur's Gate 3 build videos and guides, and since most of you folks enjoy the long format content, I think you're really going to enjoy this campaign, which I've ran throughout this past summer with a group of 6 amazing and talented individuals, of which their voices might even be familiar to some of you. Even if you haven't played D&D or Daggerheart or tabletop games in general like this campaign is very beginner friendly. Everyone, including myself, is learning how to play the Daggerheart system, and it would mean the world to me if you just give this a listen, give me a chance to pull you in to our journey as we master how to play Daggerheart and take on all the challenges of a post-apocalyptic world. The climactic final battle at the end of the campaign is one of the craziest and most insane sessions I've ever ran as a GM, with hundreds of games under their belt. So check out this trailer, come along for the wild ride as we venture across the Ashvale Wastes. Long ago, colossal constructs known as Titans turned the world to ruin. Cities burned, the skies cracked, and magic nearly destroyed itself in the chaos. But time passed, the survivors endured. In the centuries since, scattered communities have begun to reclaim the broken world, planting hope in the ashes of the old one. They call these harsh lands the Ashvale Wastes. Now, the Titans stir once more beneath the sands. Their engines hum, their eyes glow. You are wanderers, salvagers, protectors, wielding relics of lost magic and the courage to face what's coming. The world has ended once, but this time, it has you. The name's Sheriff Slim. Welcome to Dusthaven.
Oh, thank you kindly. That's the first warm welcome we got since we've been here.
What seems to be climbing, clung to the ceiling, are 2 creatures. Large, almost lion-like bodies, but with these dark, inky wings. But regardless, there's an army of them that is coming ahead of Lesser Titan, as they have finally made their way over, at least within close proximity to Dusthaven.
All right. And that's gonna be 7 physical damage, but they're gonna go off the wall.
They sure are. And they're going to take a total of 13 damage, which is, again, going to be major damage, as one of them,
Excellent.
You blast it with the shotgun, it goes flying off the wall, and it just explodes in an array of metal scrap.
Oh yeah, suck on that shotgun.
Get him, Clifton!
As they're flying off the wall, and you roll that success with fear, I'm going to spend a fear. And this thing, instead of attacking you, it's going to try to grab you and bring it with it. It's going down off the wall.
Yeah.
Bro!
That's crazy. That's awesome.
You're walking past this, like, fallen over barrel, and you're going to see that next to that fallen over barrel, like, who's drunk in oil right now, is a plank.
Oh no.
Oh no!
I need Tom.
I need Tom!
Is it oil? Yeah, it's oil.
Oh, hey, Cliff. What you doing out here?
I can't. I can't.
All right. What do you say to these live
So as they get closer, I'm like, my babies, please. I know you want to help us get to where we're going, but I promise we're okay, and you can go back and find some more food behind us. Look over there.
You're gonna see that one of them. It lifts his head up and it says, "Really? I want more food that way." And he's just gonna abandon the group. And they're like, "Jeff, get back here, you piece of shit!"
I will hold Sakai in his arms.
Be water, my friend.
His eyes swell up.
No. Akaya. Not like this. No. No!
He spits up blood onto your shell pebble. And you see that the ward, which protected him from a lethal blow, it's no longer lit.
Every person here worked to make Dusthaven, constructed from dust, from scrap, from what we cobbled together, from ingenuity, from grit, from sweat and oil and good raw hope. We got a legend bearing down on us outside these walls, but it's about to hit something that the Shattering couldn't kill. Us survivors of the Wastes, us tinkerers, of ruin. And we will take this thing down. We'll do what we do best. We'll break this ruin open. We'll take what's inside, and we'll turn it into what we use every day to keep on living. She'll raise up her glass. To surviving.
To surviving.
Surviving.
To survive.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh!
Oh my.
Okay, 16, not bad. 20 sounds way better.
Oh, yeah. You're rolling hot, Pebble.
No.
Succeed
Yes!
with hope.
Yes! Great success.
Oh!
Fuck yes!
Oh! Wow!
You're sent flying back, along with debris from the cart, as you are dropped on to 0 HP. You must make a death move. Your options are Blaze of Glory, where you automatically crit on a single action roll, but you die immediately afterwards. You have Risk It All, where you can roll your hope die and your fear die, and whichever one is higher will determine if you live or die. If your hope die is higher than the fear die, you can clear HP and stress equal to the roll on the hope die. So you could potentially go back up and bounce back up at full if you are extremely lucky, or you could end up just flat out dying there. And last, your option is to play it safe, where you take a scar and you are knocked unconscious and you are unable to fight.
Get up, Makaye. Get up.
Amity's
My
like
road.
off the back of this thing.
I think my road might end here, buddy. And I'm gonna
No.
risk it all.
He's gonna risk it all.
Blaze of Glory.
All right, so that was our campaign trailer. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more Daggerheart and just TTRPG content in general. It heavily motivates me to see activity for these videos. I love storytelling and I really love GMing, and these recorded sessions, I think I'll do more of them for D&D Daggerheart, maybe even other game systems like Draw Still as well, if there's enough interest for it. But yeah, I do want to talk about a few things before we actually dive into our session 1, mainly the VTT and the Discord bot we use, so that you kind of understand everything that's going on screen, as well as some other things as well. So for session 0, if you guys are curious about our session 0 for this campaign, where everyone introduced their characters, they started working on the character background questions and tying all of their backstories together in, at least some way that would be meaningful for our little mini campaign. You can check out the video, full session, how to run a session 0 for Daggerheart, in which we go over the session 0 for the Ashvale Wastes as an example. Awesome video, highly recommend you guys watch this. You can check a link in the description below for that. For our virtual tabletop, you're going to see we are using Owlbear Rodeo. This is an incredibly useful VTT. You can literally just drag and drop a map in alongside tokens, and then you have access to all the nifty tools to check movement, to be able to make AoE templates, and all that good stuff. It's free to join, so check out Owlbear Rodeo if you need a VTT. And we are using Avray, the Discord bot. Normally this is for D&D, but there are two Avray extensions, one called Daggerheart by R to the Itchy that you can use to make Daggerheart characters, and then D&D Warren 327 has an extension for Daggerheart domain cards so that you can quickly reference those. So that's why we have a Discord chat that's open on the side at all times, because we're going to be using Avray for all of our roles, and we're using Owlbear for the virtual tabletop. But yeah, that's the main things I wanted to talk about. There is also the matter of music. A lot of the music you're going to hear, it is copyright free. It's by Eitan Epstein Music. I am a Patreon to his channel. You can check it out. Link will be in the description below for that. Fantastic music. I am using Suno or AI music for some other things too, if I need to fill gaps here and there. And then we have Chespeku as our maps. Pretty much all the maps, almost all the maps that I'm going to be using for this campaign, they are from Chespeku. They make god tier maps. Again, not sponsored, but I am a Patreon of Chespeku. I'm supporting both these pages. They're just freaking amazing. Tons of variants, lots of really cool and just unique, perfectly immaculate art styles for these maps. Very much I recommend those. So that's going to be all the business I wanted to discuss about. Hope you guys kind of understand what's going on screen now. Do leave a comment if you are curious about anything else. And of course, now we are going to dive into our session 1, our very first, the intro. We're going to go over character intros, of course, and then we're going to go over a narrative intro of the setting, and the players are going to get to explore the settlement of Dusthaven. So I hope you guys enjoy, and without further ado, let's get into it. Introducing myself, I'm Kazu. I'm going to be the game master for this mini campaign, and I have an experience in TTRPGs pretty much from playing my entire life, ever since I was in 7th grade, probably like around 13 or 14, actually maybe even 12, is when I used to go to Monday Night Gaming and start playing Dark Heresy, which is the first TTRPG I started with, and then 8 years ago I started D&D, and I've been playing that a lot, almost non-stop throughout my life up until this point. But now that Daggerheart's out, taking a little bit of break from D&D, getting into this amazing new game by the beautiful people at Darrington Press, and I have a beautiful and amazing group of people to join me for this adventure. Since everyone has at least a decent idea of what their character is going to be for this mini campaign, we'll go around the table and each person can introduce both their player name, whatever you want to refer yourself by, over the table, and then of course their character name and just some minor details about their character. Yeah, if you have the image link for your picture, you can just post that. Otherwise, you could just make a roll, like a trait roll, like before, and that'll bring up your picture. But let's go around. Let's start introducing the people that are going to be part of this mini campaign adventure for the Ashvale Wastes. We're going to start off with Amity, or Charlie.
All right. Hey, y'all. I'm Charlie. Pronouns are they, them, and I am playing Amity, pronouns she, her. She is, I'm going to say a lot of words, an Order-born Infernus Seraph who is a divine wielder. She looks like this, and she is going to be the party's bulwark, basically. She is in service of a protective flame, as she says. So I'm going to learn a bit more about her as we go.
Amazing. All right. Excellent. That's Amity. Next up we have Klepto.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Dantes, and today I'm going to be playing Klepto. He is a Wanderborn in his community. His ancestry is Clank, his class is Guardian, and his subclass is going to be the Stalwart subclass. He is going to go by he, also they. I did forget to mention my own pronouns. I am a he, him. And just a little bit about him. I'm sure we're going to go into more detail as we get further into the session 0. He is Clank that was kind of found old, broken by kind of a well-known tinkerer around where our campaign is going to be started, and he was repaired, brought back to kind of a semblance of life, and was taught many different lessons about how to live in the Ashvale Wastes and how to go about being a decent person. So for some of his experiences, I've picked a few different phrases. One is, I'm your huckleberry, which is a nice southern phrase saying that
That's a good one.
I'm your man. I got you. I'm your guy. So he is constantly willing to help people. And then another experience called one man's trash. So he is always looking for things that most people wouldn't think would be useful. So any kind of trinket. And he's always going to be using that to pick up the downtrodden. So, and then let me drop his picture because I haven't done that yet. And very quick description of his external appearance. He's very tall, lanky Clank, and his body, he's kind of just held together by bits of scrap. He's constantly getting pieces shot off of him, and he always has a permanent smile affixed to his face, and he just, he kind of repairs himself. I'll go into that later when we describe our domain cards. Thank you.
Excellent. All right, next up is Maggie. You may introduce your character.
Hello, I'm Maggie. My pronouns are any. I go by he, she, they, any. And my character is Eliza Williams. She is an underborn elf rogue. Her subclass is Nightwalker. Eliza is kind of like a, how can I say it? She's very a lone wolf type of personality. She likes to do things by herself, but if she has to work with people, she will bite her tongue and work with people. She was banished from her home for reasons that she felt like she was never accepted as a person who she wanted to be. And Eliza is currently her experiences is that she's a sharpshooter, and she's also an assassin. She's taken many she's taken many missions, basically trying to hunt down as many monsters or people that needed to be dealt with. And she is just really well, I wouldn't say happy to be here. She's more like unhappy. She hates to really go out and do work, but if she has to do something, she does it. And that is Eliza.
All right. And next up we have is Morchella.
Marcella is a wild-born fungal ranger beastbound. She matured into a wraith-like ranger cloaked in bioluminescent spores and midnight hues, stalking the misty woods as a silent guardian. While her kind was a gift to the earth from the Titans, she hates what they've done to the world, as she's very much in love with how the mycelium forest is and the glowing, beautiful oasis that the world once was. So she's very much against their rebirth and will make it her mission to regrow the beautiful oasis the world once was.
All right. And then actually no, we got two more people. Next up is Pebble.
Right, we have Pebble. Pebble is a he/him. He hails from. He is a seaborn Galapagos sorcerer of the water elemental origin. As you see, he is Squirtle. So with that, yes. So yes, he is a very humble Galapa. He hails from a hidden oasis of the Ashvale called the Whispering Springs, and he is looking to leave his once tranquil home of peace and venture out into the Ashvale Wastes. Now the Titans are stirring once more, and he believes his magic can help restore the Ashvale Wastes to its once harmonic. Oh, I can't word right now. It's once beautiful, serene, lifeless world where it once used to be. That's Pebble.
Great. All right. And then last but certainly not least, we have is Vin. Introduce your character.
Hello everyone, my name is Vin. I've been playing D&D for about 5 years now, consistently. My pronouns are he, him. But enough about me. Today I'll be playing Akaye Asen. And I think he is going to be first and foremost a scholar. He really enjoys learning anything he can. And he is a highborn elf wizard school of knowledge with that domain. And I think he finds himself in the story driven by academic curiosity.
And that is going to be our players. Everyone here is new to Daggerheart for the most part. I played a little bit, Dantes has played a little bit, but everyone else is pretty much brand new to the game, even though we're all veterans of TTRPGs. So we're going to meld into the game, or you should be able to pick it up fairly easy. The rules for Daggerheart, it's really of a rules light system compared to a game like D&D, where the focus is on narrative action, narrative storytelling, narrative gameplay, and not so much the rules, lawyering, number crunching of, what we're used to in things like D&D and Pathfinder. So, like I want to introduce the world setting. I want to introduce Dusthaven. Probably get you involved with some of the NPCs and let you guys RP together. And then once you actually make a decision on what you want to do in Dusthaven, then that's probably where we're going to call it. So it'll be nice and light. We're going to go over a little bit of a narrative introduction followed by our characters. And, you've already introduced your characters, so we don't have to go around the table introducing you guys. But we will, get into RP and stuff after the narrative introduction. So bear with me for a moment. I gotta change the music.
Yep.
So You can look at what's on screen, or you can just close your eyes and use your theater of the mind. But let me take you away to the story of creation, what is known as the Tale of the Great Three, that would have been taught within the sanctums around the old world, and is at least what is considered the common lore for the planet known as Terra, of which you all live on. In the time before time, when the cosmos was still raw and without form, a breathless silence stretched across the void. All that existed was a single speck of life, a divine spark in a sea of darkness known as Terra. From that spark came the first heartbeat, and from that heartbeat came the Titans. They were beings of unimaginable scale and purpose, born not of flesh, but of primordial law. They were not shaped by gods. They were the architect of gods, the very will of the universe made manifest. The first to awaken was Guyana, Titan of the land, the great mother of stone and flame. Her form was a continent, her limbs the peaks of mountains, and her voice a chorus of volcanoes. With open arms and boundless might, she descended into the darkness of the void and shaped the molten core of the world, drawing rivers of magma through the veil of nothingness to birth the heart of fire for the planet. Where the Titan of the land stepped, earth formed and mountains rose in trembling reverence to her size and might. From her forges, she smelted the first metals folded deep within Terra's belly: iron, copper, and gold, destined to become the bones of civilization. But the world still burned without rest, and so, from the farthest edge of the void, came Hyperius, Titan of the sky, the hunter of storms, whose body spanned horizons and whose bow stretched from moon to star. With arrows forged of ice and lightning, he pierced the veil of the heavens, and the sky itself bled rain. Torrents of celestial water fell for eons, cooling the molten rivers of Guyana's work, hardening her world into crust and canyon. But still the rains fell, until the land groaned beneath the weight of an endless flood. Terra began to drown from the ceaseless rains, and so the third rose, Okeanos, the warrior of the waves, the Titan of the sea, whose armor was coral and whose voice summoned tsunamis. Seeing the waters engulf the lands, Okeanos struck the world with this mighty sword, cleaving it open with a single strike. Great basins were torn into being. Mighty trenches and valleys formed where the blade had passed, and the rains rushed into them. Oceans were born, seas spread. Balance was finally achieved. Through the creation of the Titans, through fire, air, and water, the world of Terra became a place of breathtaking abundance. The land bloomed with lush forests, golden fields, and mountains that whispered with fire. Magic lived in every breath of the world, raw and primal. Fire coursed beneath the ground, feeding the roots of trees and igniting the hearts of beasts. Water flowed through every stream with a song of healing and memory. Air danced across the open skies, pure and untamed, granting wings to birds and carrying secrets for those who dared to listen. This was primal magic, the lifeblood of Terra, and it moved through all living things. But in time, humanoid kind emerged. These were the children of flesh and metal. Humans, elves, dwarves, orcs, beastkin, clanks, and many others took root across the world. At first they lived in harmony with the elements. They built homes in ancient groves, forged tools beside fire-lit caverns, and sailed seas guided by the currents. But reverence gave way to understanding, and understanding led to control. Through careful study, they refined the raw forces of primal magic into arcane magic. The arcane could be shaped by will, empowered machines, healed wounds, built cities, and bound the elements themselves to humanoid kind. Civilization flourished with this mastery. Great towers pierced the skies, glowing with runes and steam. Elemental engines carried people across the world in seconds. Floating citadels drifted across the clouds. Seas were tamed by living ships. Hunger and disease became things of the past. In their pride, many forgot the wild and wondrous world that came to be. Terra, however, was never meant to be ruled. The primal forces could not be conquered. They could only be contained. As cities grew and demands rose, the land was stripped of its forests. Rivers were rerouted or poisoned to feed expanding cities and territories. Mines burrowed deep into the crust to harvest elemental ores. The skies filled with smoke, smog. When resources ran thin, peace turned to rivalry. Treaties failed. Wars began. Some nations sought to cooperate, but others, well, they turned to conquest. Battles began to erupt across continents as factions fought for what little remained. And perhaps that was the last straw that broke the camel's back. Terra awakened its memories. From the deepest chasms, the highest storm peaks, and the sunken trenches of the sea, the lesser titans emerged. They were colossal beings, each one a fragment of the original titans that had shaped creation. They moved with terrifying purpose. Their language was strange and unknowable, but their message was clear. They had come to destroy what had been made. Cities crumbled beneath the limbs the size of mountains. Oceans boiled as fire rained from the skies. Arcane weapons lit up the heavens in desperation, but none could stop what had been unleashed. The event became known as a shattering. Humanoid kind lost by a landslide. Nearly all life on the surface was swept away. Only a few managed to survive. Some escaped by luck. Others endured by strength. The most fortunate took shelter in ancient sanctums, hidden research facilities buried deep beneath the surface. Behind walls of steel and arcane shielding, they waited for the end to pass. Those left above endured among the ruins, surviving in the shadows of fallen empires. When the titans vanished, they left only ruin behind. Now, the world is no longer Terra. It is the Ashvale Wastes, a realm of scorched stone, broken roads, and skies haunted by smoke and silence. The echoes of the old world linger in cold machines and unstable magic. Those who remain sift through the wreckage, rebuilding what they can and searching for answers that may never come. In this uncertain time, two powers rise. The Concord of Iron is a republic built on discipline, order, and industry. They believe the future belongs to those who forge it with their own hands. Their cities are lit by reclaimed technology, and their banners fly above workshops and forges that never sleep. The Cinder Song Conclave, on the other hand, is a fireborn faith that views the Titans as divine. They teach the Shattering that it was judgment. In their eyes, the sins of pride and control can only be cleansed through flame, reverence, and sacrifice. Their missionaries walk among ruins, offering absolution through ashes. Tensions rise between the two. Border clashes and broken truces stir the ghosts of the old world. Deep beneath the scorched earth, something ancient seems to stir. Sealed sanctums have reopened, lost relics are being uncovered. The ground itself has begun to tremble with life. Some whisper that the lesser titans never truly left, that they may be returning. Whether it be through ambition or belief, something may have disturbed them again. Because war never changes. And with that, all of you would see in the owlbear. Actually, let me go over to the owlbear. If you zoom on down to the bottom image, there is the Ashvale Wastes, what is now the ancient world of Terra. What remains of civilization are broken fragments scattered across a deserty wasteland. And although there does seem to be a semblance of civilization formed from the Concord of Iron and the Cindersong Conclave, mistrust, resentment, and other sorts of quarrels are rising as tensions build. But a lot of that you don't have to worry about, because you are within the walls of Dusthaven. A small, isolated place, but one that still has a big piece of the old world with it. Once a sandstone museum built to honor the ancient fortresses of forgotten sultans, Dusthaven now stands as a battered but bustling outpost clinging to life at the southwestern wastes. Its walls are cracked, its towers lean, and its golden mosaics have long since faded under wind-carved dust. But the bones of the structure remain strong, and in this place where most things collapse, that's worth more than gold or bullets. And if you look at the owlbear, we will change scenes to Dusthaven. The guild runs things here. They're relic hunters, salvagers, traders, and smugglers, depending on the day. Dusthaven is their launch point into the broken world. Caravans haul food and scrap in from the ranches to the south. Scavenger crews load up and head north into the ruins that have not been charted since the Shattering. Is anyone gonna be a newcomer to Dusthaven, or do you guys all think that you would have been here for at least a few days or months?
I've been here a while.
That's a good question. Depends. Yeah.
Rachel is a newcomer.
Probably been here a few days, at least.
I would also think that Pepper would be newcomer.
If you think that you're a newcomer to Dusthaven, put your token on the outside of the main wall over here. And if you think that you would be a local or an existing member of Dusthaven, you can bring your token and put it above the fountain over here. So let me just put out some boxes for y'all. Yeah, so for those of you who are entering into the city of Dusthaven, you'll see that its walls, they stand about 30 feet tall. They're made entirely of sandstone, which seems to be quite a durable enough of material that it withstood the test of time. Or at least, perhaps this place was not devastated by the Titans during the Shattering. You'll see that actually in the owlbear, you look below, and the main road that leads into town has a massive footprint of a creature who must have stood dozens of stories above everything else. Its colossal footprint leaves a hole in the ground that's more than 10 feet deep, and has left a deep impression that has also withstood the test of time. Around the building, there are a variety of different types of what seems to be ancient murals, and there are two large statues of scorpions, indicating that this must have been, if it was a museum of very old history, even in terms of the old world. But once you get closer and make your way outside the gates, you'll find that the rust-eaten signs, they point out to markets, to shops, to all sorts of different types of consumerism, goods that can be acquired within the wastes here in Dusthaven. As it is a large center of trade for both relic hunters and salvagers and traders, all the things I said before. But beyond this main gate, there are guards, creatures that are made of rust and metal, some of them riding on top of horse-like beings, made of the same materials, salvaged from the waste. They look over to you newcomers with a bit of a difficult-to-understand gaze, as clanks most often don't have or express facial expressions. But their rifles don't seem to be raised at you in a hostile or intimidating manner. So we're going to start with our first 3 players, Amity, Morshella, and Pebble, as one of these guards is going to come up to you on a basically a mechanical warhorse. You hear the sound of metal clanking instead of the regular hooves. And he looks down at you from above and says, "Greetings, visitors. On what business are you here for? To the settlement of Dusthaven. Are you with the guild?"
Now, which guild would you be talking about?
The only guild.
Oh, and that's your answer.
Pebble would give a very low smile. Greetings. We are merely weary travelers looking for right.
I think he means a place to rest.
Please present your guild symbol. And if any of your characters would have done work for the guild in Rattlehook, which is the other settlement that's connected to the guild, which is primarily composed of relic hunters, then you would have a symbol. Basically a broken, like a shattered coin with a bullet in the middle of it.
I don't think so.
Yes, safe haven.
All right, then
Sure
someone
would
will
make
need to make
symbol.
a presence roll for me, as this guard seems to stand silently in front of you.
I can go ahead and take care of that.
Let's see it.
Yeah, so
First roll of
hold on. Before you roll,
All
we can
right.
make it a group roll. So, as
Okay,
I said
yes.
earlier, with a group roll, someone's going to be assigned the leader, and then the other people will make reaction rolls to assist. So, who wants to be the leader?
I can do that. I have okay presence.
Okay, so you're going to do... You can choose to wait until after Morchella and Pebble roll, or you can roll right now, but Morchella and Pebble, you guys both have to make reaction rolls. You can choose what type of trait it is, depending on how you're going to help. And then you're going to have to make a dice roll. The command for that is going to be !DH-trait, and then whatever stat you want to put in for that. The difficulty is going to be 10, which is very low.
What sort of trouble do you think I could get up to?
Let's see here.
Oh Lord! Oh Lord!
Oh.
And I'm going to say.
What was the
All right,
DC?
so
Ten.
before Peter rose, you got an 8 with hope, which means that you need +2 to be able to succeed this. Morchella, you rode with presence. Did Morchella say anything to the guards?
She's just kind of standing there quietly, intimidatingly. Almost
Gravity
with,
was like, what do you think
So
they could do?
like with an air of confidence that seems like she's meant to be here and that
Yeah,
they shouldn't be
that's perfect.
questioning her.
Excellent. That'll do. So you're at a plus. I mean, you're at a +1, so you're at a 9 with hope, and you need that extra +1 to get to a 10. So
Hey, Dad.
Pebble, what are you
Yeah.
using for this reaction roll?
I'm going to use presence, but as he's going to say, we merely wish for a safe place to stay. We are quite weary, and I'm sure you of Dusthaven guards wouldn't turn away such a small presence like us. And could I roll with add one of my experiences?
Oh yeah. I mean, no, actually, no, you can't
Yeah.
because this is a reaction roll.
Oh, reactive. Oh, yes,
Wait, hold on.
reactive.
Let me
Okay,
check.
understood.
I think you just can't get help
Okay.
on reaction rolls. Actually, if you want, you can apply an
Ah.
experience, but you're gonna have to burn a hope for it.
Got it.
So do you want to apply your experience?
Got it. Okay. No, that's fine. I won't do that for now. I'll just try.
Yeah. The reaction rolls you cannot get help, but you can use
Yeah.
inspiration, or you can use.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh.
Fear.
Oh no!
Oh no! With fear? Oof.
Yeah, don't. So,
So do I?
for Morchella and Pebble, they don't have to
Oh
worry
yeah,
about
it's
hope
a
or
reaction,
fear.
so it doesn't
For
matter.
Amity, you
So
can
do I
take a
take-
hope.
Okay.
But you will
That was my question.
be failing with hope. As
Okay.
Yeah.
the
we
guard,
take a hope.
he turns his head to the other one, who shakes his head and he says, "There has been sensitive issues at the moment. Unfortunately, we will allow you inside, but you will be required escort." And so he directs to another one of the constructs. Plank seems to come out from the central gateway and offers you all a very curt greeting with a nod of its robotic head before gesturing you inside. You may proceed into the trade quarters. If you need to conduct business, it can be done so through the quarters. If you require food or water, it can be done through the tavern. If you wish to join the guild, you may enter the guild building in the center of the court. And he seems to have his rifle equipped as he is now escorting you along, but he's definitely keeping an eye out for everyone in the party.
We are eternally grateful.
You guys enter in through the court, and yeah, you see at the main gate, it seems to be fortified with what are some pretty thick steel doors that open up for you with a big creak, and you step into this sandstone court, which has a fountain in the middle that does not seem to be distributing water at the moment, but what's around it are huge boxes and crates loaded with all types of different supplies and equipment. And amongst that, there are also just tons of different individuals here. Ones that wear all sorts of different types of attire, a lot of dusters and thick cloaks with scarves to cover their faces in sandstorms, heavy gear with armor plating and patches of metal to protect them from the dangers, the harshness of the wastes. The Ashvale Wastes, for any of the characters who would have been traveling across the wastes, you would know that the particular dangers around here are very nasty, oversized creatures. Things like giant scorpions, glass snakes, acid burrowers, all terrifying types of beasties. And one of the worst ones are the flyers, the ones who come after the dead, the carrion. They're called vultures, but they're nothing like vultures of the old world. Their wingspans are 20, 30 feet. They're the size of small planes, and when they come in, usually it's when someone's close to death and not ready to protect themselves. But now you're within the relative safety of Dusthaven. So you stand forth after passing through, and you do notice there was a large clank at the top who stood about 10 feet tall with a big pack filled with grenades and a massive multi-barreled large bore rifle of some sort. And now you step into the quarter where it's bustling. There are tons of people who are trading of all sorts, and there is a bunch of other adventurers and relic hunters here like yourself. What would Amity, Pebble, and Rochelle be doing at the moment?
Well, Pebble's got to look up at Amity. Amity, I must thank you for helping us on this treacherous journey to Dusthaven. We wouldn't have made it through the storms without you.
I don't know. I watched you handle yourself. You probably could have made it without me, but I thank you.
Oh. Well, I am glad that fate brought us together. Right, Marcella?
Yeah.
Marcella will nod in agreement.
Well, is this where we part, or we want to go have a last drink?
Oh, I'd be delighted to.
All right. She'll point out the tavern straight ahead and go, how about we start there, get our feet rested, and then we go from there, yeah?
Delightful.
She'll start making her way through.
Yeah. And there is going to be a flank guard that's going to escort you there. He's going to point out that
She ignores them.
He's going to point out that the tavern is like up and to the left. But as you guys are passing through, and rather than meeting you in the tavern, I think it would be more apt that they'd meet you in the crowd here. You see a variety of different faces, but what stands out to you is a group towards the back of the fountain. One has red shades, the other a finely dappered suit or coat, and last but not least is a clank with a cute little bowling hat. But before you're able to interact, you hear that there's some commotion in the square. Some shouting as all of a sudden this military officer, he waltzed in from around the side from one of the tents, along with two other men that have heavy-duty vestments, helmets, gas masks, rifles. And he walks up to a man wearing a large red scarf with an aura of magic around him. And he shouts to the people within the square as well as the person in front of him. All right, yeah, so that military officer, what looks to be like a military officer, he walks up to this red-scarfed man and he says, "By the order of Concord, effective immediately, the ruins of Kazarn are declared a red zone. The city is gone, flattened, not by the Ashen Fang, not by raiders, by something bigger. We're calling on guild support to investigate the perimeter. If any of you have eyes or ears in the field, we need them now, before it moves again." You're going to see that this red scarf gentleman, he looks very concerned and begins to nod his head. Yes, we'll be putting out a request in the guild to investigate the ruins of Kazan. Well, seems to be fortunate news, I suppose. And someone in the crowd, or you're going to see a kind of like a hush in the crowd of everyone going, "Oh no, what happened over there? Is it the Titans?" They're starting to have a little bit of undue duress and panic. But a woman's going to step out from the crowd, one who has a staff with a great flame on top of it, and vestments that look a little bit of a mixture between leather armor and clerical robes. And she's going to speak up and say, "Fools, you seek the names for what has no name. Children of the Titans, walk again. This is the second reckoning. You cannot outmatch fire." The officer here is going to turn around to the woman. He's going to walk towards her. He's going to bring out what seems to be a baton from his belt and say, "That's enough doomsaying filth. This ain't Concord territory, but it's certainly not your cult's ash pit." And before he can raise his baton any further, immediately another clank comes forth and raises his hands to stop him, saying, "Stand down, Sergeant. No sermons, no suppression. Not in my town. You want cooperation, you don't bring war talk and threats." You can feel there's a very visible tension within the air as these three individuals stare each other down. But the other man with the red scarf comes up and says, "Look, let's all calm down. We'll put up a notice in the guild, set out a request to find out whatever's happened to the ruins of Kazan. You can send your men back, Sergeant. We'll take care of things from here." And everyone will begin to slowly disperse. The red scarf man heads back to the guild building. These Concord soldiers seem to head out the main gate. Well, actually, they wait around the main gate first before likely heading out, and this woman heads back into the crowd, as the sheriff will then turn over and see some newcomers who are being escorted by one of his clanks and say, "Well, welcome to Dusthaven, strangers. Hope you brought some good boots. Ash runs deep out here. Hope you don't mind the little commotion there. There's some things going on nearby. No need to worry about it. The walls within Dusthaven are still strong and sturdy."
Oh, you handled that well.
You
I
damn
was
right.
about to come over here and try to break it up, but you got to it first.
You're a noble one, ain't you? Ain't nobody paying you bullets to step in, and you're not part of my guard, that's for sure. What's your name, girl?
She just shrugs, goes, "Amity, nice to meet you." She'll hold out her hand.
Pleasure. And this construct, he stands at about 8 feet tall. He looks as though at one point he would have been like maybe some sort of very prim model for the museum. Maybe someone who would give tour guides around, where you can see that a lot of his gear, it would have been outfitted with scrolls, and now it's been turned into pockets for ammunition, and his body's been reinforced by heavy plating. There's a large western cowboy hat on his head, and blue eyes that glimmer back at you, but he's going to give a nod and a firm handshake. "The name's Sheriff Slim. Welcome to Dusthaven."
Oh, thank you kindly. That's the first warm welcome we got since we've been here. She looks over at the clank that's been following them. They don't seem to think we belong.
Don't mind him. We're all on edge, that's all. If you need something to drink, you head down to the tavern, the Muddy Rudder. It's just behind the guild building in the middle on the left.
Yes, sir.
If you or your friends have any trouble, just let me know. Don't mind him, and he's gonna call his other guard with him, and they're gonna stay somewhere around the main square. But that's where we're gonna enter open RP, as all of you would have been witness to that scene, that commotion. It seems that the Concord of Iron, the guild, as well as the Cinder Song Conclave, they all have their roles to play in this waste. But with the perhaps rumored coming of the Titans, things are about to accelerate as tensions rise. And you can feel everyone here in the marketplace is a little bit unsettled by that news that a nearby settlement, if you look at the map, because Arn is just a little bit southwest of Dusthaven, down the main roads. It's been put into ruin, stomped out like nothing ever existed there to begin with. But yeah, we enter open roleplay, so feel free to interact with one each other. If you know how you guys are going to run into each other here in the square, I leave that entirely up to you. But the stage is all of yours. As I go eat.
More people talking about the end of the world. I swear, it never gets any easier.
These are interesting times, Eliza. It pays to be and live in interesting times, and who knows what we can find out there, especially in that.
I was interested in going in there as well, but just, all this doom and gloom gets really annoying after a while. Just hearing it. It's whatever.
Hey now, friends. I know it's drier out here than a biscuit that's been left out in the sun for a week, but look, past all that ruckus, I see some people that we might know walking this way. Eliza, they might have some stories. You know you love asking people what they've been doing. Let's go talk to them.
All right.
There's Klepto, as social as ever. Just the day I found him.
As Klepto kind of walks and she kind of rolls her eyes like, damn it, why did I tell them that I like talking to people?
You know that ain't true. Come on now, Eliza.
Well, I spy a group of friends.
Hey, Klepto, good to see you again.
Oh, it's been a while.
Oh.
Amity, welcome to Dusthaven.
Why, thank you. I don't know if you've come across Pebble and Morchella, but been traveling with these two for a bit, and they're good people.
Oh yeah, I know one a little bit more than the other. How are you both doing today?
Greetings, friends. We are doing swell. We've just arrived, you see.
Ah, well, that's good to hear. You get to see all the sights.
I've heard many things of Dusthaven.
I'm sorry. Wait, are you a talking Oh.
There's Pebble!
I know him.
Yeah, I think him and Amity passed through my shop not too long ago, back when I had it, back in Rattle Hook. But yeah. They passed through my shop. Have you been taking care of yourself now, Amity?
You know, trying to between things. But you know how I like to interfere where I don't belong. She leans over and looks back, kind of does the upwards nod towards Sheriff Slim and the commotion from over there. I got to jump in the middle of that shit, and you know, that probably wouldn't have been a good idea.
I think I saw you making your way over there. Can't forget, you know, you and that hair stick out like a, how do I say, like a cactus in the desert.
Well, that sure is a real nice compliment. Anyway, y'all want a drink? If you think you can behave yourselves, she looks over at Eliza and Kaya.
What happened that last time? It was completely not my fault, okay?
Eliza.
No, okay? I wanted to settle down, have a nice drink, and you I mean, it's a lot of fun though. But it's fine. Yeah.
We thank you for that, Amity. Jumping into that fight was nice.
Yeah, well, it took a while for my jaw to stop hurting. And she just kind of grins at the both of you and claps Akai on the shoulder and goes, "All right, about that drink, I'm hotter than a cat on a tin roof. Let's go."
All right.
I love it when she gets all fired up. You been fighting anything on the trail? You got any stories to swap? You know, Eliza here, she's been talking about how bored she is. I know you're here to liven her day up.
Yes, please keep talking. I'm so interested.
I think I can try a little bit. Let's see what they got going on.
Yeah, let's they do have basically what are called luck checks. Or not luck checks, fate rolls in Daggerheart. So I'll have either Morchella, Pebble, or Amity make a fate roll, which is basically you just do exclamation DH. If the hope die is higher than the fear die, then something good or fortunate happened along your travels, and if the fear die is higher than the hope die, then something unfortunate happened along your travels here.
And you ignored the number?
Hey, Amity does.
It only matters if it's higher or lower.
Got it.
Yeah.
Seven of hope.
Nice.
I mean, it's low numbers, but it's higher on the hope than the fear. So, as you don't get a hope, but as you guys were making your way along the trail, you did run into some kind of decent fortune. There seemed to have been a caravan that was coming out of Rattlehook that a few of you would have caught wind of and perhaps escorted or patrolled with, but they took a pit stop nearby a strange area. You look over to the right on the map, they were making their way down from Rattlehook through the mountain passage over here, and as they came out around this part of the road, that's where you met them. You guys traveled a little bit further past Barrowspire, well, not past Barrowspire, but past the mountains, and then they split off and started heading to the east towards Sanctum Vox for whatever reason. So you didn't get much word other than the fact that it was a group of orcs. They were pretty well equipped, and so they thought they'd stick their neck out and check out what's over at the Sanctum, even though it's been closed for ages. You know, decades, centuries even. And they left you with a parting gift. Each player, I mean, all of you guys should already have either one potion of healing or a potion of stamina, and they would have given you guys a single potion of healing as a parting gift for helping to support them. So one person.
Get that? I'm so sorry.
No. So everyone has the base starting equipment, but I'm saying on top of that, for Amity, Pebble, and Morchella, the three of you can decide who's getting an additional potion of healing.
Why don't you hang on to that, Morchella?
I'm also super sorry. I probably should have asked this when we were talking about the thing. The Age of Umbra thing, can I have that?
What Age of Umbra thing?
It's a campaign frame. It says as you gain scars, you still become corrected by the Umbra. When you deal damage, you deal extra damage equal to the number of scars.
Oh no, that's for the campaign frame Age of Umbra. Everyone should be using the campaign frame for the Colossus of the Drylands. I probably should have said that actually in the beginning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because that gives you access to firearms. So if you guys want, you can have like pistol, rifle, shotgun, and they have different traits and stats. They're not necessarily better per se, but they're definitely decent.
I thought that was just like an optional thing you could like select. Okay.
Yeah, so select Colossus of the Drylands for the campaign frame.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, one of the fun things in Daggerheart is the game master can ask you to describe what happens. So.
Oh yeah, you DM now.
Well, on our way here, we came across a caravan of orcs. They were heading up to Sanctum Vox. We ran with them a while and, kind of steered clear of a few of the big nasties. But we were a bit of help when we got attacked overnight, so Gave us a healing potion. Super nice of him.
I'm glad they were out there to help y'all. But you said they went to Sanctum Vox? That place hasn't been explored in centuries.
I couldn't rightly tell you why.
Maybe there's something of interest there.
Maybe they sure are making a fuss about it.
Perhaps something to note.
Hey, DM?
Yeah.
Would I know if Sanctum Vox has been plundered before, or if there's still like stuff that would be of value there?
You can make me a knowledge reaction roll.
Okay. Would you say this role involves history, culture, or politics of a prominent place?
Yeah.
Okay, I am well read, so I have advantage.
Yeah.
Nice.
How do you roll with advantage?
You add a 1d6.
It's just a d6.
Yeah, you add a 1d6.
You
Oh, 'cause
can.
you said
They
here?
didn't. The thing we're using, you can do ADV. It'll add the d6.
Oh,
shit.
neat. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Love
Yeah.
that. Love that.
So let me just make sure this is the right thing to type. It's this.
Yeah, that looks right.
Okay.
My name is Pink, and I'm really glad to.
Can I add studious to this from my experience?
Are you gonna spend a hope to do it?
Oh,
Mhm. You might as well.
yeah, sure. Let
Okay.
me spend the first time with the campaign.
Well,
Yeah.
The first
Yeah.
of
So,
the
burn that hope.
campaign.
And and by the way, everyone should have 3 hope instead of 2, because you all get 1
Yeah,
for
yeah,
participating
yeah,
in
yeah.
the session 0 character creation process.
Oh, got it. Okay, so I'm at 2
Oh.
hope now. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
And I got one from
Yeah.
the one roll, right? So
Yeah, so you can just
Cool.
do that. You can just do that to add your experience to the roll.
Yeah, dash be
Oh,
hope 2.
Whatever. Yeah.
No.
Is this a reaction roll?
Yeah, so you're not gonna get hope or
Okay.
fear from it.
Can I mark a stress to get it? Oh, wait, I already have advantage. My
You already
bad.
have advantage. Yeah,
Yeah, okay, got it. I'm just looking at my abilities and trying to use them. Okay.
that's good.
12 and 8.
Nice.
Oof.
29!
Jesus Christ.
holy shit.
Oh my god.
Wow.
All right then.
You've heard about this place,
Oh, I don't get.
Sanctum
Wait,
Vox.
hang on.
You
I
don't
think
get
the
hope.
bonus you take away. No, I do get hope because I spent it, right? I don't get hope, but I spent hope, so I get the studious. Yes,
Yeah.
the
You get the
bonus.
benefit.
My
You
bad.
get the benefit, but you don't
Okay,
gain the
cool.
hope from rolling higher on the hope die. So
Okay, so 29.
yeah, max roll on the hope die, by the way, which is awesome. So you
Sick.
kind of
Love
recount
it.
your
Yeah.
knowledge about the sanctums. Sanctums, these are pretty much the biggest, most important relics of the old world, because they're one of the few places that are still left mostly intact from the days of the Shattering. Each one is a different research facility that seems to have centered around different types of research. And Sanctum Vox, just given the name, sounds like a place where they would do research on magic of sound, or something similar to that effect. Sanctum Lux, perhaps magic of light. Sanctum Veritas, perhaps magic of life. Sanctum Ferrum, magic of iron. Each place is a research center of different sort where lots of different scholarly individuals, and even just other types of individuals that were adept with magic, both primal and arcane, would have gathered and studied. You're not sure what their purpose was in Sanctum Vox, but you have a really good feeling that it's been left untouched for some time. There hasn't been any news that Sanctum Vox is opened, and if it had, it would immediately be the source of pillaging and loot for every relic hunter in the nearby area or vicinity, or this half of the Ashvale Wastes. Most of the sanctums, if they are open to the public, they have colonies inside that are very, very cautious in terms of the trade that they do with the outside world. And the ones that are either in ruin, that have been destroyed or opened up by force, those have been pillaged to the point where there's probably nothing left but a bare skeleton of what used to be perhaps a very valuable source of magical information knowledge. But Sanctum Vox, that's a locked vault left to crack.
Akai would quickly have a concerned look and look at Amity for a sec as he's recounting all this information, and look up for a second and be like, ah, yes, okay. And then he'll relay all of that to the party and say, it seems like there trying to jump the gold rush.
Oh, all power to him then. Dangerous as hell.
Yeah, you definitely know that if it did open up, whatever's inside probably is quite dangerous.
It's gonna get them killed. That's what's gonna happen.
Well, shall we drink?
Lead the way. I'm dying for a. Well, it's dying to get this headache off my head, actually.
Right, yeah.
Looks like
And
so.
you guys
Whistles
would
need
know,
with it.
the ones who have lived or have been in Dusthaven for some time, you know that this building is going to be the guild building. So if you want to actually join the guild, if you want to sign up and take on some work from there, you can go through that office. Otherwise, the Muddy Brother, the tavern that's within this residence, is on the upper left part.
Please, this way. I know it like the back of my hand.
You see
Well, it
Pebble
looked like you were
just-
trying to go to the guild building for a second.
I'm just so used to it, you know. Guild
Oh,
members.
I shall be there momentarily.
By the
You
way,
alright
did I
there,
see
Pebble?
you? Oh,
You all right there, Pebble?
But you know, Pebble, he's not very fast.
Oh.
He takes his time.
She'll kind of wait patiently at the corner. Like this has happened quite a bit, and she's now used to it.
nah, fuck waiting. I pick his ass up.
Why, thank you, Akai.
Akai, you gotta go
Thanks,
asking before you
Akai.
scoop of a gentleman.
Come on.
It's
You're
fine.
weird.
We've
You have
been
enough
traveling
strength for that?
We've been traveling for quite some time.
Look how small he is.
Yeah,
I get the carry.
Pebble's about
Actually, he's
4
10
foot.
feet tall.
Yeah, okay.
You get
And
smushed
LeBron
under his
James.
weight and die
He like
on
tries to
So-
pick him up piggyback and just goes forward. Just
Pebble's about 4'6".
Oh my god. Okay, so you actually
He's
kind
a
of weigh a
boy.
lot.
So, big ass
Wow.
turtle.
So how does
Yeah,
this
never
look,
mind.
Akaye? How about you roll strength?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know he was that big. I wouldn't have tried it if I knew how big he was. I thought it was like a baby turtle. He's like a. Look at the picture. He looks like a cute little boy. You know.
He is a
Squirtle.
cute little boy. He's just big.
Sitting down there.
He's a
He's a
nin.
cute big
I thought he
boy.
was Squirtle. I didn't think he was Donatello. You know.
Akaye, like that's a grown ass man.
Yeah. All right. But we make our way slowly.
Oh, Pebbles.
Okay.
While we're walking all the way over here, what brings you here?
What brings me here? Well, we can say the flow of life brought me here, along with some friends. And it's
Aw.
been quite some time since I've seen you since that very fateful day.
What fateful day are we talking about?
Oh, I believe you remember. He does a slow wink.
I'm sorry, you're. Oh! That day! Listen. I got the things mixed up. I said I was sorry.
Oh,
Listen, I didn't.
I forgive you. I was
Mhm.
just making a light joke of the encounter.
Oh. Yeah, at least I put you back down, okay? I picked you up for like a little bit. I'm so sorry about that. And I put you right back down. You were just way too adorable. I knew you couldn't be the person I was hunting. So, I do want to say though, I did manage to find that one big turtle creature and kill it. It was very
Oh,
very difficult, but I managed to do it. So yeah. And she kind of gives like this awkward like laugh and.
congratulations on your success.
Did
Yeah.
make it into a nice stew at least?
He looks at a guy.
You can't say that.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Please, if I may request.
Sorry. Oh, I thought. Never mind.
Ah,
Do we want to answer? Hello, good sir.
Marcella, slow down.
So sorry, but I have to stay in the shadows. It's too hot out here.
Guys, that's not the entrance.
All right.
Yes, it's
Oh,
in
wait,
here.
is it
the
not?
entrance is here. The entrance is here.
Oh,
it
what?
is.
What is there?
Yeah, it
Okay.
is.
He's like trying to get in the back door, like, guys.
That's an
Oh yeah,
advantage.
yeah.
You see
Wait,
there's
no,
a
do it,
guard
do it,
here?
do
You see
it.
there's a guard here?
I can't do it. You're the noble. You're
Yeah,
the
yeah.
noble. You only choose the noble, bro.
Excuse me, sir. Is this the entrance?
He just points.
Kai,
He just points over to there, to the double doors.
Okay, thank you,
And
sir.
they're like saloon double doors. You know, the ones that like hang on like really loose hinges that creak.
Yeah, that are like that don't even like block the entranceway at
Yeah,
all.
that don't even act as a real door, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. They're like prop doors. Yeah.
So who's gonna swing open the doors first?
I shall
think-
do it.
Yeah, I think I'll go in at the same time as Eliza. So.
We're both going at the same time.
So you hear
We're gonna use our
and a
Yep,
wooden slam.
we're gonna use our duo thing right now. We're using it right now. We're gonna open the door.
Tag team
No.
on opening these doors.
Tag team on opening doors is crazy.
A hell
It's
brawl.
like that Resident Evil 5 thing where we have to like kick the door at the same time. You know, like
Quick
that.
time event.
Exactly. Exactly.
The doors swing open, and inside you're hit with a wave of boisterous sound as there seems to be quite a bit of people inside, most of which are commoners who are just getting by. They wear rags for clothes. Some of them have, you know, what they can afford, leather cloaks and hats, maybe a rusty pistol here or two, or a dagger to protect themselves if they're traveling outside of Dusthaven. But there are a few faces that stand out. People who are weathered, who've traveled a lot. An orc that has a rusty, large axe at his side. A dwarf with a fiery red beard and a staff in his hand. And a Qatari dancer who's dressed up in light robes and seems to be putting on a display for the guests here. At the back of the tavern, you see there is a large Firbolg who has a leather apron on, big horns, a bit of a almost like an orcish like face with some grisly long teeth. But he gives you all a warm nod. He says, "Hey, welcome to the Muddy Rudder. Can I get you all something to drink?"
I'll
Hell
take
yeah.
I'll take a wine off the top, please. Double.
Double on wine.
Double. Yes.
Klepto's like, Klepto's walking through. He's just nodding at everyone that he passes by, and he's just like, friend, partner, pal, buddy.
Oh yeah, and since you're passing through,
Got
how about let's see if you guys know any faces here. I want everyone
Under
in the
Eliza's
party to roll me a 1d6, and Klepto, you can roll with advantage because you would have definitely had your name out that round.
Yeah, the duality.
Under Eliza's breath, she's just annoying, stupid, annoying.
Not out loud, hun.
Alright.
She's saying under her breath. Under her breath.
So perhaps
Annoying.
Morchella, who has connections with the Mycelium network, you would have heard of Dusthaven, and there's quite a bit of people here. Even though you can't see him here in this crowd, you're searching for someone here, a fellow Fungro whose name is what was it? Sporin Hank.
Oh, orange.
Oh,
And he seems to be a relic hunter who works for the guild. But he's reached out to you and said, "Hey, if you're looking for work in Dusthaven, you can contact me. You find me at the guild or the Muddy Rudder." But he doesn't seem to be here at the moment, so you probably have a good idea that he's off at the guild or maybe even out doing business. And then let's see, who has another high 1, 2, 1, a 5, and then 2, 2. Bruh.
Yeah, I don't recognize nobody.
For Maggie or for Eliza, you'll recognize that the Qatari here, what seems to be like a foxwoman, Qatari are like the beastkin of the world. They were born of the swiftness and the winds of the Titan of the sky, Hyperius. And Kit, she's a sort of a dancer, sort of entertainer that works within the Muddy Rudder and is a nomad as well, travels from place to place. It seems that she's founded this place. Wow, really? It was big, okay? It was big. You know me. I would make them a human girl with cat ears. Anyways, she's a dancer of sorts who entertains, and perhaps this is the place of residence she's taken for the next few months. But she's also very much a very talented rogue like yourself. And then lastly, for Klepto, really the only two people you would recognize because you wrote low as hell is the family here. A woman whose name is Sarah, a human female with a blondish colored hair, and her little goofy son who's probably about the age of 15 or 16. He's old enough to travel and venture out, but he's still a youngin' compared to everyone else here in the tavern. They come all the way from the Concord of Iron capital, Iron Reach, looking to get away from the chaos. As it seems there's a lot of industrialization and a lot of things going on within the Concord. So they would have spoken to you a few times. Sammy, he's very much interested in relic hunting and, doing the things that Klepto does, where you go out and you search for salvage and interesting things upon the ways. But his mother, Sarah, is very protective of him. But yeah, you guys entered the tavern. Those are your connections. Ferguson takes a look over to Klepto. He says, howdy, Klepto. Usual. And he hands you a glass of oil.
Yes, sir. And also, we got a few more whistles need to be wetted.
I see. Should I give him the strong stuff or the weak stuff?
They've been traveling quite a while, so give them the good stuff.
You got it. And he'll give a nod over
Eliza...
to you. He'll say, "It's gonna be a pretty penny. It's gonna cost you 2 bullets for a round." And everyone, by the way, I don't know if you saw in the document, but I changed the currency. So instead of handful of gold, it's handful of bullets, or fistful of bullets rather. Instead of, actually, let me cover that right now, since probably you would be unaware of this. So how currency is going to work in Daggerheart in general is that it is abstracted. I've converted the units of currency from gold into bullets, kind of like Metro. In the Ashvale Wastes, lead is as valuable as gold. So bartering is a standard for trade, but the only form of recognized currency are bullets, brass-shelled, filled with an ancient material called flame powder that sends various types of projectiles flying out the barrel of firearms with deadly efficiency. So your currency is a bullet as the base, a fistful of lead as the second denomination, which is worth 10 bullets, a scab's pouch, which is worth 100 bullets, and a war chest, which is worth 1,000 bullets. Each one of these you could use when you make an attack roll with a ranged weapon to actually use the ammunition as ammunition rather than money. And it will give you bonus damage on the attack. The effect does not stack. You have to use a higher denomination of currency to gain a bigger bonus, but you do have that option, which I may or may not have to balance if it's too strong. It might be too strong, but we'll see. So everyone has a fistful of lead, which is a bag of gold, or a handful of gold rather. So it would cost you 2 of your 10 bullets to buy a round of what seems to be some high quality booze from Ferguson, if you're so willing to do so.
You know what? Yeah, I think it's worth it this time.
Excellent.
You know what? We had a long walk over here. Yeah, might as well treat ourselves.
All right. It's only going to have to be Klepto who pays 2 bullets.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, I got this. I did discover, everyone, if you go into your character sheet, if you click on the word gold, and then there's a little pencil in the upper right, you can add there's an option for show coins if you want to do that. You want to track individual coins.
Yeah, you can also make a CC for it.
Yep.
But the CC would only work for our actual D&D character, no?
Yes.
Yeah. So you just have to keep in mind that it's going to be
on
that character. So I have storyteller for my CC of fear, which by the way I forgot to do this, but there we go.
Oh, cute.
Oh God.
We're in danger.
But yeah, so you see Ferguson, he goes to the back room. He comes out with what seems to be some shot glasses of whiskey. It's got a bright orange color, almost like Citrine's hair, and he passes that over to each person in the party. Or he hands over a platter to Klepto, and he says, "There you go." It's some good whiskey.
Thank you, partner.
It was
All right,
real
everyone,
nice of
let's,
you. You didn't have to do that.
Oh, I had to do it. I don't know if I'm ever gonna see you again. You know how it is.
As Klepto kind of passes around, she takes the shot glass. Thank you, and then she goes towards Kit just for a second, and then she kind of just wanders on by, and then. So, did you figure out anything good recently? She starts sipping on her shot glass.
Good. You looking for work?
Yes, I'm looking for work. Anything, like anyone needs to be. She kind of looks around the room. Silenced.
Well, yeah. I got word that there should be an orc caravan coming to town sometime this week. The leader of the caravan, she's a female orc. Her name's Morga. The Ashfang Marauders got a head out on her. Seems she's killed quite a few of them last time they raided Rattlehook. Her head's worth a fistful of lead.
Really now? Oh no, I'm turning southern. Oh no. I'm sorry.
We turn southern all game. It's so hard.
I was not planning on it, but then
I really wasn't either.
we got the Texan draw going.
Really now? And can you tell me more about this target? Anything else I could know about her?
I don't know any more details than that. I'm afraid so.
Where is this orc caravan coming through again?
All I know is that they'll be in town sometime this week. They was passing through. But orcs, well.
Well.
There's a few of them in town, but trust me, you won't miss her. Leader of a caravan of orcs? I mean, that's a rare thing.
Alright. If you hear about anything, just let me know. I'll find you. Don't worry about it. Okay. And she kind of just awkwardly goes back to the group.
She's gonna stop you for a second. She's like, "Where's my tip?"
Really? Seriously?
Yeah.
It's just a bullet. Oh, come on. You done plenty of work. I'm sure you got some coin, some lead.
She kind of goes towards Kit and kind of gives her like two lead basically.
2 bullets?
Is that good enough for you? Yeah, 2.
All right.
Is that good enough for you?
She'll give you a wink. She'll say, "Thanks, sugar. I'll let you know if they come into town, or when they come into town.
Thank you.
You best be ready until then."
She'll kind of like slyfully smirk and like kind of like briefly like pull like her robe, like her oversized robe like back and like show like it's like a wrist crossbow like attached. I'm always ready. And then she walks back to her party. That's right.
Yep,
With
you
an
guys are
old friend?
all at the table. You do have the glasses of whiskey, and if anyone wants to like take a shot, it will be a strength reaction roll because they don't have constitution.
Oh yeah.
So strength is kind of like your sturdiness of your arms, but also your body.
Yeah, GM, we got some. Apparently, we've got a few that don't take whiskey, so they're asking for some water. So I was throwing some flavor in it, like extra filtered, ash-free,
Yeah.
chilled by magic, just like the best,
Triple, quadruple,
high quality,
filtered, and it's like it's
It's
still
like the
it
best
still
type
has a
of
color
water,
to it
yeah.
though. You know what I mean? Like it's not clear. The water's not clear.
Uh-huh.
It's a very
for sure.
alkaline
It's as clear as
tasting.
it could be.
Akaye,
Yeah.
should we take a shot
Oh.
like old times?
Of course. Oh wow. 11 with hope. Nice. What's the DC?
The difficulty for this check is going to be a 13.
All right. Oh, I messed that
So
up.
this is just a reaction, right?
Yeah, reaction.
Cool.
How
would
is
you
it?
like
Is
Klep-
it?
Would you like Klepto to do anything with the oil?
Yeah, you can do the same thing. If you throw it back like a shot.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
Oh lord.
Oh
A
boy.
1 on
I
your
got a
hope die.
5.
Oh! I
Ooh,
get a 15.
Wow.
That was fear.
Only Akaye holds himself down at the table. As the rest of you make this this kind of cringing face. You're hit with a fiery sensation that burns so badly at the back of your throat because this is some strong alcohol. Think of it like you're drinking like 50% maybe. And everyone who has failed the DC 13 strength reaction roll, you're gonna mark a stress. However, if you've
Alright.
passed, you can essentially add a stress. You don't have to clear stress. You can clear stress, but if you don't have any stress to clear, then you gain a stress, basically, like an extra stress point. So if your total
Okay.
was 6, now it's 7. for the day.
Oh, how do I edit that?
You might have to manually keep track of it. Because I don't know if you can in the sheet. Let's see.
You can if you click on the word stress. It's kind of like D&D Beyond. So if you click on stress, there's a little pencil icon.
Oh yeah.
And then you can override the maximum.
And then there you go. Sweet.
There you go. Perfect. Got it.
You just gotta remember to. You don't have.
It's just for this session.
Yeah. Well, it's just until the rest.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Until the rest, which could be a while. Yeah.
Just okay.
Yeah. So for the rest of you mark a stress because that shit burned going down.
That one was good. Oh god.
Yes. Yes, it was.
What
can I say? I'm a merchant. You know, we often make deals over strong drinks.
Now, do y'all rich people just agree that this tastes good? Cause
You're gonna see that Sammy, this kind of younger gentleman with blonde hair and an orange scarf. He's gonna make his way over to the table and be like, "Yo, take a shot. Can I have one? I noticed some he's not drinking."
How old are you?
I'm old enough to drink.
Look at his mom.
Minnie reaches out, clamps her hand over the top of the glass.
His mom is like tied up in conversation with somebody else at the moment, so he's like snuck away.
Yeah, she clamps her hand over the top of the glass and just narrows her eyes at him. You come back in a few years.
All right, fine. You mean redheaded miss, and he's gonna walk off.
Y'all over here trying to get a free drink. Come on. Get.
Oh, don't worry.
He looked at Pebble like he knew Pebble would have been susceptible, and he's just now walking back in disappointment.
That's why this mean lady stood in front of Pebble because she knew.
Klepto just kind of shakes his head like, yeah.
That kid's been trying to get a drink for like a while.
Yeah. I remember the first time I came in here.
I know him and his mom. I might need to go have a talk with the both of them.
Yeah.
What's the story with the dad? Where he at? Would I know, DM?
You would not know.
Or the other parent? Okay.
Yeah, no, only
I'm
Klepto would
assuming.
have connection to these two strangers.
Okay.
I mean,
She never told me.
Well, you know, I have a theory. You know, my personal theory. The dad ran away
Yeah, you get a
after-
lot of theories when you get drunk.
Yeah,
I
Eliza
do
loves to tell
not.
stories.
I don't like to tell stories.
She loves to
actually.
tell stories to people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, once she
I'd
do
love to
tell.
hear some of them.
Yeah, tell them a story, Eliza.
Oh
Please.
god. Why am I?
Yeah,
put
she
on
gets
the
a, she gets a little bit of that social lubricant, and then she just can't stop a yapping. It's
Yeah.
one of the things I love most about Eliza.
spot? She kind of just puts her hand over her head and like blushes a bit, like.
Amity sees this and takes the glass that she knows that Pebble is not going to drink and just slides it over to her. No, I want to hear. Go ahead.
Alright, fine. She kind of takes the glass and do I chug another one?
You can drink. Well, if you want, you can drink again. It's up to you.
Yeah, she's not going to
Sure.
pressure you.
You know
into
what?
drinking.
It's 13.
Sure.
Difficulty 13 strength. Which, by the way, since duality dice are D12s, your average is higher than a D20 in D&D. So keep that in mind.
Oh, by the way, I succeeded with fear. So what does that mean?
It was a reaction roll, so you don't have to worry about it. If I say reaction roll,
that's right.
again, don't worry about hope or fear. If I say it's an action roll, then you need to worry about hope or fear.
I kind of ate with fear.
You got a 1 on your hope again, by the way. Just
Oh,
you really
my
don't
God.
handle alcohol well, and everyone can tell on Eliza's face that it burns going down. And for some reason, that only intrigues Sammy sitting across the table more as he stares at you guys.
Really,
all
you see
going
this and you're like, yes, you see this, and I point to Eliza.
What's
who
it
looks
burn
like?
like?
They're
I
droopy.
mean, it just seemed. I want to try,
You'll learn about it when you're older, kid.
Just a
Anyway.
sip.
You know how they
Oh.
say youth is wasted on the young?
No,
I- I-
Sammy. You
Oh.
can't
That kid's
drink.
going to have a problem.
Allow me. As I'm going to, I would like to waterbend a bit of Eliza's alcohol towards Sammy.
No.
Wait, you gonna try and drink it in the air?
We're going to drink
Exactly.
it.
You
Exactly. A literal drop, so he makes sure just has a little drop.
We'll
A
make
literal
this
drop.
a contested action roll. Just because I want this to be interesting.
Oh yes.
You can roll spellcasting, and then Eliza can roll finesse.
Ooh. Okay.
Finesse or agility.
Honestly, that's so funny.
Okay. I
Oh,
want to use
that's-
my
Experience?
Sorry. Go ahead.
You want to use your experience?
Yes. I have an
You have
experience
to roll a
called.
hope.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. I have an experience called Be Water, my friend. I'm going to flow that drop so fluidly in this. Make it very finessely. But yeah, let's do
Yeah,
it.
so you can
It's
mark
like
down that
minus-
hope and then add on a +2 bonus. Don't you get some sort of bonus for using water magic too, or no?
So I'll be doing.
So you're running
a-
2 hope this turn? This roll?
Oh my god.
Yeah, elemental origin. Oh, that is your sorcerer foundation. So you
Yes.
could spend an additional hope. That will stack with your experience if you want to give this a +4.
Okay.
To give alcohol to a child.
Yeah, right?
Let's go.
Hey,
Ah.
15 and 16.
Okay.
That's not a child in this world.
Okay. We're gonna do
Oh
it.
my
We're gonna do it.
Okay.
So what do I do? Do I do like double dash B or? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna spend 4 hope. So what do
Oh
I do?
my god.
Oh my god.
Not 4 hope. That's 4 hope.
You mean,
No,
you
I
mean
mean
two
two
hopes
two.
for a plus
No.
four.
Hope. 2 hope.
God.
2
I
For a
spent all
plus
my
four.
hope on this,
Yeah.
on this random
You
roll.
really want to give this kid alcohol?
Yeah, why
This
would
is
you
just
do that?
diabolical secretly.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna roll mine.
Oh my
Oh.
god. Well, good luck.
24.
Good luck. I don't
Well,
know
that's
if
a
plus four
beer
is gonna help.
too.
Okay. Wait. What am I like putting for the? I've got a dash B.
So DH
Dash B space
trait,
4.
and then your spellcasting
Yeah.
modifier, which
Mhm.
I think
Yep,
is
instinct,
instinct.
yeah.
Yep.
24 is
And
crazy.
dash B4. But yeah, I do
Dash
gain a
B4,
fear from
yeah.
that, so thank you.
Yeah.
Damn it.
And it's a
No.
You can take one of your
Wow.
hopes back, but unfortunately you only get a 12 as you carefully raise a bead of this this amber orange liquid out from the glass and get it almost past Akaye, like floating towards Sammy, whose eyes, they almost like shimmer as he looks at this thing. And then Eliza quickly like brings her cup around it and swoops it back in to capture that bead of alcohol. Faster than anyone else can tell. So almost everyone else barely even knows what happened. They just see a flick of Eliza's arms.
Now, don't do that again. Understand? He cannot have it.
Yes, Sammy. Sorry, friend. And he looks to Eliza. I understand.
Yeah. And over the table, I just want to say, like, if both of you failed with fear, then something bad would have happened in the tavern.
Oh,
But don't,
no.
don't worry about that.
Don't worry about it though.
So you want to hear a story? Fine.
Yes.
I'll tell a story. Let's go for. There was once a time where I was exploring the world around me. After I was on a certain quest to hunt down this giant bear monster or something along those lines. Essentially, it was just a really big monster. I go to, the location of where it is, crossbow in hand. It's interesting. I went to this monster and it was like nothing I've ever seen. It felt human in a way. Like if someone was that bear. Like a human was that bear. I fought twice before I ended its life. And I'm kinda glad I did. Before I shot my crossbow ending the bear's life for good, I found out that it was a druid. A mother, actually, protecting her children from harm. I think about that moment a lot when I'm hunting things. Now I think twice before I pull the trigger. Ever since that moment. So, yeah, that's my story. And she kind of drinks her whiskey again. When I failed that other check, do I also mark another stress?
No, you don't have to mark. Oh wait, No, you did fail an alcohol check twice, didn't you? Yeah, you got to mark 2 stress total. But
just making sure.
There's no other consequence for the finesse row. You succeeded with fear on the success row, on the finesse row. Yeah.
Yes.
And the
other one where I drank it and I rolled a 1 on hope again.
Yeah. Yep. All right. What does the party want to do? You guys, you feel comfortable now? You've had a little bit of time to rest. You know, if you guys like for flavor, because again, this is the first session, it doesn't really matter, but for flavor, you would have been maybe a little bit under duress from some hit points or stress damage that you took before you got here. But after coming here, you were able to relax with some good company, and the alcohol may have made things a little bit better, may have made things a little bit worse, but either way, you know, you feel quote unquote rested up to take on the rest of your day. And at the moment, it's afternoon. Actually, we'll say it's a little bit later in the afternoon, so like maybe around 3 p.m.
When does sun set?
Yeah, yeah.
The sun, it sets at like 7. We'll say like 7 p.m. So you have like about 4 hours of daylight to get out to do something while the sun begins to set. And then once it gets dark, you definitely don't want to stay out unless you feel like camping in a dangerous wasteland.
So Marcella will kind of try and suggest us going to like the guild hall because she wants to find what's his name, Spore and Hank. So she'll be like, would you like to come with me to see if there's any jobs that we could find at the guild hall?
Of course.
Akai, especially you, since you seem to know much more about this place.
I am. Can it be canon that I am a guild member?
Yeah, we'll see you have a guild badge.
Okay.
Well, we'll say that Klepto, Eliza, and Akai, since you stayed in Dusthaven, or since you've been in Dusthaven, you all have guild badges.
Yes, I can take you there, and we can see what jobs are in order. I'm just curious though, Amity, do you have any more jobs lined up, or are you looking for employment?
Probably should get a bit more bullets on me. She kind of glares over towards the front of the main gate and goes, they were hassling us because we didn't have guild badges, so it might be worth just picking them up.
Would I know of, can they acquire badges if they just work for the guild? Can I give them temporary badges?
Yeah, if they
I think
take
you get them if...
Well, if they take on a request and successfully complete one, then they can join up with the guild.
Yeah, that's what she's saying.
Yeah, we need to complete the preliminary stages of getting you membership. Otherwise, they have someone escort you. It's more a thing of safety rather than anything else. I hope it didn't bug you too much.
So we just gotta go kill something that they approve of.
Not necessarily.
Oh, well, sorry,
Let's say back. I'm a back.
Hello there.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good. Do you want some water?
I would love to.
Okay. I assume I have a water skin, right? You get that. You get that shit at the beginning. Okay, cool. I pull out my water skin and I take like my empty alcohol cup and I like make sure there's no alcohol. Like I pour it out like just like the little dribble. I like pour it into my mouth just to make sure that it's all clean and I like wipe it. And then I pour some water and I like put it on the table. What's your name? Amanita?
And she'll sit on the little water glass and she'll like take the water into like beads in her razor hands and like slurp it in.
Fascinating.
Akaya, you have a friend.
I do.
She's real cute, ain't she?
It's the only friend he'll ever have these days.
Now why you gotta go say it out loud?
I didn't say it out loud. I just, let it under. I was kidding. He has friends.
Can I roll? What's the equivalent of like a wisdom save?
It's an instinct reaction roll.
Cool. Let me see what I roll. Instinct. Dash trait instinct. Oh, okay.
That's a critical
Oh,
success.
Crit success.
That is a
Success.
critical success.
Hell yeah.
first
So I
crit.
look at Eliza,
Nice.
as she says this insult, and I go, and I throw my hair back, and it's so like it's like not long enough to actually do that, but somehow some of it like smacks into your glasses, and like some of your own hair gets in your eye.
Her glasses. She kind of has to like adjust her glasses. Win this. one.
Anyways, aren't you the one who likes to stay alone, and you're the hitman who, you know, rough and tumble, I stay alone. Me, 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 me.
Is that supposed to be your impression of me?
Yes, I do my hair flip again, and I still hit you in the eye. And I walk away.
GM, I want to have a super quick chat with Sammy before we head out of here. So.
Yeah, definitely. And also, I just want to point out,
As-
you crit on your reaction row, but just keep in mind that for reaction rows, you do not gain a hope or clear any stress on the crit. You just avoid any effects that would happen even if you were to succeed. So, like, say for example, if you fail this check, if you fail a reaction row to like get hit by a breath weapon, and you were to take full damage on a failure and half damage on success, if you crit success, you would take no damage. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, so no
Can we
hope
also
or stress, unfortunately, but still good.
Can we also say, if it's okay with Eliza, one of her heels is a little misaligned, so it's like a little more hard to walk? You don't get as much pizzazz out of it.
My high heels?
What?
Yes. Your high heels are a little bent, so they're not as tall.
Personal.
I
attack.
mean, if you want.
Yes, because that'd be funny. Just my image of like someone walking with like high heels that are clearly like a little too worn.
Sure.
All right,
As
we're gonna.
Akaya is walking away, she's just gonna mumble to herself, "Not gonna lie, that was a pretty good impression."
All right, let's move on over to Klepto, sitting at a table. You're going to see that there's this older woman, Sarah, who seems to be tied up, talking to some of the other settlement goers of Dust Haven who are concerned about these sightings, or not even sightings, really, just rumors of the Lesser Titans, who supposedly are still strong enough to be able to stomp a town into the ground. And she seems to have her attention tied up, so Sammy's just entertaining himself. He's got what seems to be a makeshift slingshot that he's refining. He's stretching out the rubber band for the sling and getting it ready so that it can be used in combat. He looks over to you, Klepto, and he says, "Hey, you got any small round objects I could use on this sling?"
Oh, you know I got things like that, Sammy. Look,
I
let me
think
get
this
you what
thing's
you
gonna be
need.
ready.
And while I'm digging in my pack, let's have a chat. How's your mom doing?
She's doing all right. Klep, she's a little bit stressed out with things going on right now, but you know, we just got to get more bullets. We can head further down south. Concord, they're fixing their railway up, and once it's built, we'll be able to go back and get a big old ticket to their bigger cities.
Oh, that sounds real good, Sammy. You know, everyone's a little bit stressed out. These friends of mine just sitting down. I know you just want to go up, talk to them, have a good time, but you gotta understand, Sammy, I spent good bullets on that alcohol you were trying to get into. You know, when you go looking for relics, you don't just walk up to a relic hunter and just ask them to give you their stuff, right?
That's a good point. I see what you're trying to tell me.
All right, you're a good kid. So here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna take care of your mom for me. And you saw that redhead I was with?
Yeah.
Look. I got something. He's gonna pull out basically the equivalent of like an old rusted Altoid tin. He's gonna be like, look, she likes old candy containers, okay? I don't know why. But look,
Yes.
you go up to her when you get the chance. Next time you see her and you say, "Ma'am, I'm sorry." And you look her in the eye and you be respectful.
Make me a presence roll, an action roll using presence.
Oh hell yeah!
And if you want, you could totally apply your experience there.
I would love to. I think I can do either one. I've got
Yeah, I mean, just taking out that tin and handing it to him, that's already. If you want to burn the hope for experience, you can do that.
Yeah, I'll burn a hope for that. So yeah, I think I'm your Huckleberry, and one man's trash is another man's treasure would work with this. So.
Yeah, either one's fine.
You said
Can
presence?
I also burn a hope to give him the help action? Right?
Yeah, if you want, that'll be a plus 1d6.
Mm-hmm. I'll do that. Yeah. So, essentially, what Eliza will do, she'll
Holy
oh
shit.
well, never mind. she'll basically
No.
she'll look at Sammy and she'll give him like a glare, like one of those those mom glares that's like better listen to him kind of glare.
Another crit.
Hell yeah.
That's crazy. Hey,
That's an action roll too,
This
so,
is an action
yeah.
roll, yeah. So I
This
guess
is
I
an
get to
action
clear my
roll,
stress.
so you gain a hope.
So you get
clear
hope.
stress, or you get your hope back rather. You clear stress.
Yeah, that's
and,
crazy.
Man, it was a crit with max roll on the advantage. You see that Sammy, he nods like that profoundly meant something to him, that you're teaching him a lesson. And you hand him the tin, right? Or no?
Oh yeah.
Okay, you hand
Yeah,
him the tin?
absolutely. I'm like, give this to Amity when you see her. Like, be nice.
He says, "I'll be nice. I'll pay you back double." And I should give him a much more higher pitch. I'll be nice. I'll pay you back double. And he takes the tin and he goes up to Amity. Or he waits a little bit, and then as you guys are about to head out and everyone else has left the table, then he sneaks up to Amity and he taps her on the shoulder and says, "Sorry, miss. I didn't mean to talk smack back to you. I was just getting a little overexcited is all. Here, your friend Clep, he wanted me to give this to you. You take good care now if you go out to the waste."
Don't you worry about it, none. Just learn a lesson today, that's all.
Yeah.
She'll go ahead and confusedly take the Altoid 10 and then just sort of do a little salute with it and just nod. And then when she turns away, she looks at Akaya just like, what?
Just shrugs. I'll turn around and I'll look at the door and I'll snap my fingers kind of like 3 times, like snap, a 1 cross 1, snap across my body, snap across the other side of my body, and the doors will open with prestidigitation.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as you guys walk out and leave, it looks like Sammy, he's got a big smile on his face and he's whispering, "Yeah, I'm gonna make sure I take care of Mom. I'll get us some bullets. I'll make sure we're gonna be good."
Aw.
Oh, that
Now,
sounds
whatever you said
kinda
to him,
ominous,
Klepto,
actually.
I don't know, but he listened.
That's a good
Yeah.
kid right there.
Now, why did he give me this 10? And she holds it up.
I mean, you get it, right? Because, yeah. And I'm just gaslighting Amity.
She's just looking at it like, yeah. Actually, give me a presence roll.
There's
For
doors
sure.
to the guild over here, by the way, just so you know.
Yeah.
Okay,
I was gonna-
okay.
Oh, yeah.
No,
They're
but
so
you are
distracted they
walking
walk right
this-
past.
You're
like-
walking past this like fallen over barrel, and you're gonna see that
Yeah.
next to that fallen over barrel, like who's drunk in oil right now, is a clank.
Oh no. Oh
Oh,
no.
oh no!
Tiny Tom.
Tom.
Tiny Tom.
Is it oil? Yeah, it's oil.
Oh, hey, Clip.
no.
What you doing out here?
I can't. I can't do this. Hey there.
Is that oil
Hey there,
welling from your
Tom.
eyes?
Tom, I had some bad oil just a few minutes ago. It's coming up real bad.
You might want to get that checked out at Dog Mish.
Oh yeah. Thanks, Tom. Well, I gotta go. I got some friends with me.
Hey, you see any good work out there? You let me know, all right? I'm gonna drink a little bit more, but
right.
I'll come looking.
I'll let you know. Say hi to Slim for me.
Yeah, sure thing. And he just rolls
I
back in the
kind of
barrel.
whisper to Klepto. I'm like, should we help him? Like, By throwing an intervention, or we don't have time. We don't have to.
No, Slim checks in on him every now and again. So
Okay, got it. I got
Pebble
this.
to come up and clean up the oil. He's gonna bring it up. He's gonna like make it evaporate into the air. There we go.
No.
Hey, what are you doing? That's good oil. That's my precious oil. Get it. Go on. Get.
I'm just trying to help.
It's okay, Pebble. It's okay. You know, that's Tiny Tom. He likes his oil. She's kind of like holding his hand and like kind of like, you know, like it's kind of like how she's like walking with him like a daughter with a
Parental guardian.
Yeah, basically. Like, it's
You see
okay. It's
Pebble
like
looks
rubbing.
back at Tiny Tom. I'm sorry.
Yeah, don't go clean my
Pebble has made
oil.
an enemy.
Ain't nobody asked you to clean that up.
It's
Don't
okay,
make me
Pebble,
call
don't
old
worry.
Snappy. He'll come over there. He'll whoop your butt.
Tom, it's okay. He didn't know. Okay, it's okay, Tom.
Tom, that's a child.
Hey, I ain't no kid. I'm older than you.
No, Tom,
He's
that's
telling
a
Tom that
child.
Pebble's a child.
Pebble's
Oh.
a child.
Yeah, he's a kid. Oh, Snappy, he's real old. He's got a beard of moss. He's way cooler than you.
Okay,
Okay.
Tom. You've made your point. Okay, I'll promise I'll get you a batch
I-
of oil the next
I
time I
would
go
love-
out. Okay?
Where's
would
the
love-
law?
I
Hello?
would love to meet Snappy.
No,
No, you would
Oh,
not
no.
know how to
No,
be
you
snappy.
wouldn't.
Down here.
No.
I saw him as we came in.
Okay.
Could you introduce
Everyone,
me?
let's go inside the guild.
Let's
Pebble will
just
get you
go
some
inside
water.
the guild, Pebble,
Yes.
Okay?
Bye bye.
Tom, look, oil, and I point, and just like in a random direction.
Where? And he starts running off in a random direction.
Yeah.
Oh,
And he's like,
Tiny Tom.
he's so small. His legs are so small that he kind of like waddles when he runs.
Oh no. Tiny Tom has easily become top five characters of all time.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Voice is fantastic.
Oh, I love it.
Oh my god.
He's like,
You know,
he's like
you know how hard it is to do a southern accent when you're laughing. It's just
You're
hard.
gonna
So
speak.
hard.
I was like, I'm gonna
What, you
kill
didn't
this
expect
man.
to see a drunk
I'm gonna get this
loitering
man.
automaton?
Oh.
So you guys open the doors, and inside is what seems to be a pretty well put together office. There's a large counter, tons of paperwork at the back of all sorts of messages coming in and out from Dusthaven. And you'll see that there is that same red scarfed human gentleman who's got this aura of magic around him. For Pebble, who is a sorcerer, you would immediately detect that this man also is some sort of spellcaster, perhaps a bard or a fellow sorcerer like yourself. There's also seems to be, say, a blue-skinned goblin, because 4 foot tall, pretty tall for a goblin, sitting behind the counter doing some paperwork, got a staff in hand, and there are 2 other relic hunters in here who seem to be maybe waiting for their groups to come by, or just chilling at the moment, sitting around, hanging out, loading their weapons, preparing for an adventure. There's also a large board at the back. The red scarf gentleman, he'll give a nod over to those of you who have already been part of Dusthaven, as well as stand up and give another affirmative nod to those of you who are new to Dusthaven and say, welcome to the guild. My name is Patrick. I'm the head of the guild in Dusthaven. If you're looking for work,
Patrick.
we've got plenty of requests that come in, but a couple are a lot more important than the others. I pinned them on the board over there.
Patrick, you
Yeah,
are
I'll have a
speaking
look.
my language.
If you got any questions, let me know.
Yeah. She walks up to the board.
Don't you mind her. Thank you, Kat.
She was
All right, so you
protecting
guys
us
will
small
see
folk.
on the board, it says, posted outside the Dusthaven Trade Hall, nailed into a warped plank beneath sun-bleached flyers are 2 requests. The first one, Stinger for the Cure, issued by Doc Mitch at the Dusthaven Clinic. Looking for some brave scavvers to bring back fresh venom for the giant scorpions out past the dry flats. I'm cooking up an anti-venom for the next poor soul who takes the wrong step in the waste. I need live venom sacks, not just broken tails. Payment in bullets, supplies, or trade, your pick. Just don't die getting it. So you have to bring back venom sack. The known risk, obviously, giant scorpions, which may hunt as solo or in pairs, and they're located outside the dunes of Bowspire. But the other request, which seems a lot more pertinent, it has a big red pin over it, is the Burrowing Trouble. It's issued by Old Snappy, the Guild Relic Scout, and it says, something's been melting clean through stone out near the outskirts of Kazarn. Acid trails, scorched carcasses, whole ground collapsing in spots. Locals think it's the burrower, I think it's worse. I need someone to scout the site along with whatever's left of Kazarn, bring back notes and signs of activity. Don't poke too much, just find some useful info. And it says preferred, bringing back an acid sample, a tunnel map for the burrower, or survey notes of what Kazarn is left as now. Known risks? No idea. Who knows what's left of Kazarn? Be cautious. There's also a disclaimer at the bottom of the board that says, disclaimer from the guild. If you get mauled, melted, cursed, devoured, or otherwise inconvenienced by death while pursuing guild's contracts, that's on you. The guild does not offer refunds, resurrection, or revenge. Sign your name, get the job done, and you will be appropriately compensated. Patrick Vale.
Get straight to the point.
It does. Emily, you see this mission right here? Burr in trouble?
Yeah.
Yeah, Old Snappy. It's a high up-ranking member of this guild. We do a job for him, you probably get your badge.
Can't say I see much better options, but might as well get something done for the folks around here.
Yeah, it's worth the privacy.
And she'll nod. Marcella, Pebble, you in?
That sounds most fun.
I would like to see if Spore and Hank has something for us first.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised no one has taken the stinger for the cure job. Here for a while.
Wait a minute, which one are we doing? Wait, where's Snappy? Which way? Whoa, hold up. Old Snappy.
We're doing the burrowing trouble. I'm just making a thing saying that no one's done the stinger for the cure.
I'm sorry, that was me about the table.
I know, and I'm talking to you as Eliza out of table, okay? Because you need to listen.
You want to talk to Spore and Hank? You certainly can.
Yeah, she's gonna kind of like tap him on the shoulder with her little tendrils and like, excuse me, Hank. You told me to meet you here. I'm here.
Oh, hey there. And you're going to see there is a large, well, not large, but, a medium-sized mushroom folk, a fungril, who is wearing what seems to be leather armor, a gray robe. He's got a backpack that's just covered in mushrooms. It's probably filled with dirt to serve as basically, some substrate for growing mushrooms. And he's got a mushroom staff and a double-barrel shotgun that he's loading mushrooms into. He turns over to look at you. He says, "Oh, Marcella, was it? You was the one that's coming into Dusthaven from all the way over, was it Rattlehook? Where you coming in from?"
That's about where I've come from today, yes. It's been a long journey, but I'm here.
It's quite a ways away. If you're looking for work with the guild, you've got to the right place. Right now, I've got a pretty bad feeling that, well, it's gonna be a heck of a lot of work for relic hunters like us. I've sensed it deep into the sands. Mycelium network, at least the ones around here. They're crying. Something's gone on in Sanctum Vox. I think it's opened up.
We did actually run into some orcs on the way here that were going to Sanctum Vox, so that does kind of ring true.
Yeah, you might want to get out there and warn them. It might be too late already, but if Sanctum Vox is open, then that means, well, it's going to be a flame for all the moths, well, other relic hunters coming around looking for treasure. But also, who knows what's inside? Might be something dangerous. Mycelium network is giving me a real bad feeling about that place. I know something bad's going down. They might be in danger, those orcs. Well, how long ago you meet them? And Marcella and Amity and Pebble, you guys probably would have passed through that area about a day and a half ago. It's the map itself for the Ashvale Wastes. It's pretty big. I didn't draw a scale on it, but we're gonna say it's like pretty freaking big. The spaces between settlements is, within the span of like 50 to 100 miles for some places, and it takes quite a bit of time, especially if you're traveling on foot and without any sort of mount. So you guys would have met up.
Reply. She's gonna say, It was about a while ago, maybe yesterday morning, so it's most likely it's too late. And I know what you mean. I've felt the rumblings as well through the network.
Yeah, well, if you want a place to find some work, I'll tell you what. Sanctum Vox is probably going to be open for business, or at least there'll be a request from the guild sometime within the next day or two. You best get ahead of it. Otherwise, well, you might have to compete with other hunters.
Maybe I can convince my party to make our way there instead of taking one of the bulletin boards, unless there's one that leads us that way anyways. But I appreciate your information, and I'll pass it on to my friends here.
Of course. You take care.
She's gonna relay that information to the party. Let me look back at the bulletin thingy. Nothing did any of these the bulletin things lead towards that way?
No.
So the first quest, it led out towards Barrowspire, which is directly to the west of Dusthaven, and the second quest leads out to Gazarn, which is much closer and southwest of Dusthaven.
Yeah,
Sanctum
it's closer
Vox
than
is
Sanctum
northwest,
Vox.
So nothing really leads in that direction. You'd have to make a substantial detour.
Gazarn is closer, right, than Vox?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because
Gazarn is close. Gazarn is close, which is very likely why it seems the Concord of Iron has stepped in to notify the people that it's been destroyed.
Yeah, okay.
So
and there's a direct road.
Martello will kind of make it known how dire the situation, and maybe like the time necessity of them going sooner to Sanctum Vox. But she will, of course, go with what they decide if they want to go to Gazarn, which is closer.
No, if it's important to you, honey, then we best get on that right away.
Besides, I know a fair deal about Sanctum Vox, so I'm good either way.
I do believe time is of the essence, and those orcs were quite kind to us, so if we want to try and find them before they get into trouble, although it might be too late.
Well, on you. You get done what you gotta get done, I'll keep you safe while you do it.
What about the rest of you? Would you like to go to Sanctum with us?
I look at Klepto. We've been looking for a reason to hunt in new places.
Yeah, you're right. You know, I was thinking about it, and there's lots of people need helping. So if we're gonna go helping people, we might as well do it somewhere we can find some good stuff. What you think?
I'm good.
Sold. I'm in.
I guess I'm in too. Someone's got to take care of both of you.
We'll make it fun, Liza. What about you, Pebble? You want to come?
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Pebble.
Actually,
I think he's asleep.
No, he's the one that can't be asleep. Come on.
Yeah, he's awake. He just said, did he say BRB? No, he didn't.
Pebble? Pebble?
Yeah.
I guess he's coming. I guess he's gonna say.
You're coming. You're coming with us. She leans over and just picks him up with one arm.
Let's go.
Okay.
The Sanctum Vox, here we go.
Sanctum. We're going to the Sanctum Vox.
Yeah, they probably researching voices over there. At least back in the olden days. When this land was green and before it was sand. What kind of provisions will we need? And what kind of transportation can we have?
We don't have to worry about water when I'm here.
Are you saying that to the group?
I'm asking that to the guild, to the party, because this is not a guild job.
It certainly isn't.
Yeah. You're not gonna get no badges.
Guild, though, right? Or do we?
Well, we need to do a job for the guild. Yeah. We can always put off joining the guild, though. If you need to help your friends, allies in many places helps.
Yeah, Amity, the second that she heard that Morgella had something important to her, she locked in. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds
all right.
Good. We could always come back.
Alrighty. Sounds like it's
All
set.
Everyone's got feet good for walking. You all got your packs. You know I've always got mine on.
What's travel distance, DM? How can we travel?
The travel distance from Dusthaven over to Sanctum Vox is probably going to be like 50 miles. Like at least.
Okay.
At least.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
not 50 miles. It'll be like 35, 40 miles because you'll be able to get there in a day and a half since it took you a day and a half to get here, or at least the 3 people who were in Dusthaven.
And that's on foot or
That's
on
foot.
caravan?
Yeah, that's on. They didn't go with the caravan.
Okay.
The caravan stopped at blocks, sanctum blocks. So you have an idea that if you went on horseback or with a wagon, you know, you could probably do it in half the time, half a day, 3/4 of a day.
Okay. Can we get some horses, guys? How many bullets would that cost?
It's gonna cost each person 5 bullets for a ride. So for a party of 6, that would be 3 fistfuls of lead.
You got horses money? Cause I ain't got horses money.
No, I guess we'll just walk. Yeah.
Walking is good for the soul.
You know how
I
it
was
is,
past
Kai.
that.
We get horses and we gotta take care of them, or we gotta keep an eye on them, make sure no one takes them.
All right, you're right. Let's go walking.
I also need to keep my tendrils on the ground, or I might wither.
Understood.
Yeah, you'd weather.
There's a good point right there.
Off we
See,
go.
everyone's got a point. Let's do this.
All right. I'm gonna exit.
Mhm.
Go ahead and exit.
Yeah. I might have a
Have you-
little bit more room in my pack if someone wants me to carry something.
Can you
And
carry me
because-
this time? I don't want to walk around in my high heels again.
You fit in his pack?
I don't think you're gonna fit in my pack, but
Uh,
I have a question about Daggerheart.
Yeah, what's up?
Are there different languages?
There are. They're not specified. It's really interesting how it's like they just straight up say like there's no list of languages. You have to take proficiencies for languages. It's just whatever the fuck you want. There you can make up your own languages and you can choose whether or not your characters would know the languages or if they wouldn't know the languages. I will say for
All right.
Ashvale Wastes, it's it's a mini campaign. We're gonna keep it pretty simple. There are a few like dialects and side tongues, but a lot of the languages it kind of comes down to common. Well, I'll say high common and low common. So high common comes from the days of the old world where they had a more formal way of speaking, but what everyone knows today is low common. So you could kind of understand high common if you understood, if you're a surface dweller, but there's going to be a distinction of languages between the two. Basically, they're different dialects. So that's all you have to worry about for now. If other languages come up, I'll bring them up and, we'll figure out if people know them or not. Like, obviously, for Pebble, he probably would have his own race for the Galapa that live in the Lake of the Gods. Yeah, does that answer your question?
Would I? Yeah, perfectly. It does. Also, would I know Old Snappy?
They found old
Oh,
Snappy.
yeah. Old Snappy, you
Yeah.
guys would have heard of Old Snappy. Old Snappy
Yeah.
is one of the guild scouts. He's surprisingly quick on his feet, and that's due to the fact he's got you can't see it in the token because I couldn't generate art for this. He's got a wheelchair that's made out of wood and steam pups, and he basically uses dynamite to send it flying off in directions to explore things very quickly.
That's dope.
So you just see he's
we're
like a
telling
pack of
you-
explosives, and he's sitting in a mobile fortress of a wooden chair reinforced with iron and steel. Look at these here
Marcella
whippersnappers.
first around knew he was here, and she wanted to walk this way so Pebble could see him because he seems interested.
What do we got here? He's got these big round spectacles that he just kind of does the anime glasses tilt on. And he looks over to you guys.
Old Snappy! It is such
Go down
a
a job
good...
for the guild? Need some help? Need some eyes? Need some speed?
Kinda, in a way.
Well, you
But,
can't have none of my dynamite.
Listen, I was not trying to take your dynamite. Been there, done that, Old Snappy.
Nah,
Almost.
we're not doing a job for the guild. We're just going to help a few friends.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, what'd you want to talk about?
I like your moss beard. Hello.
Well, I'll be damned. Son of Gaia, what in the world? Is there another Galapa here? And he's gonna wheelchair his way on over to you, give you a little bonk on the head to make sure you're a real Galapa, and then give you a big old pat on the shoulder. Well, howdy there, son. I ain't seen you around here. Where are you from?
Howdy.
Old Snappy, he's more of like a mix between a land tortoise and like a snapper turtle.
Yeah.
So he's definitely well adapted for the desert environment, whereas you're more of like a water-based turtle, and you very much have to use your magic to keep your skin damp Whereas you can see like, oh, Snappy's skin is pretty damn dry, but he doesn't care.
Like, yeah, you see like Pebble was literally like as shiny as a pebble. He's like,
I'm Pebble. I've traveled from the Lake of the Gods.
The Lake of the Gods? What are you doing out here?
I was traveling with friends.
I mean, you got a good group with you, you know? I've seen some of these do work for the guild. They seem pretty competent. You're in good hands, I think.
So this is my first real adventure.
Adventure?
Do you have any advice?
Adventure? Well, that's a mighty long word. Let's not worry about adventure, all right? It's more of a journey, you know? You going out here in the wastes? I mean, you been outside the lake, or where you from?
Kind of like, oh, you wouldn't know.
All right, well, whatever you say. If you're new to this part of Dusthaven, well, I'll tell you what. You gotta look out for them acid burrowers and them giant scorpions, because, well, they pack a hell of a bite in their stingers and in their fangs. Specifically, the acid burrowers in their fangs, because they spit acid and they got sharp fangs.
I see. I appreciate the wisdom.
as he does a very like humble bow.
Yeah, if you're fighting the acid burrowers, make sure to use dynamite on them. Did I mention dynamite? You want to blow them up, because if you get too close to them and they get low, they're going to spit acid all over you. Their blood's basically acid.
Oh. Wow, that would not be nice.
Yeah, they're real nasty. Now look, I need some people to do some work for me. Hey, maybe you might be interested. If you go on down to the, well, I guess now ruin of Kazan, I need some scouting on some acid burrowers. You'd be interested in that kind of work? Come on. Hello, Glapa?
Maybe.
I need someone to do me that work. I ain't doing it
Why
myself.
do you need someone looking? Why do you need someone looking at acid glappers for? They giving you a hard time?
Acid burrowers? Not yet. But I'll tell you what, where there's one, there's gonna be more. And we better take care of it now rather than later.
I see. Well, when we come back from this mission, we'll make sure we get that done as soon as possible.
Damn well better. And you're gonna see he's gonna kind of like groom his beard of moss, and that's where he gets like moisture. Like he keeps the water on his body in the moss to keep himself damp during the hot summer.
Nice.
Alright, well you take care now then.
You too, old Snappy. Farewell.
Yeah. And if you ever see them worms, just run. Don't even think about it. Just run.
Okay. Worms.
Actually, wait, guys, I just got an idea. I want to know what y'all think of it before we head out.
Oh god, here we go again.
This isn't a crackpot idea, but in order to reduce travel time, I was wondering if we would cut the guild in equally in exchange for some of the loot. Cut them in as an equal partner in exchange for a horse travel. I could maybe leverage some of my goodwill with the guild that I've already worked with.
I mean, yeah.
Couldn't hurt to ask, could it?
No. But
Alright.
you should do that by yourself, you know, just in case, you know, they get the wrong idea and think it was like a whole group thing.
Okay.
Alright. Do you head on over by yourself or anyone else join them?
I'll come with.
Because we can make it just a singular action row, or it could be a group action row.
Oh, let's make it a singular. I can do this. I got this. I know how to talk to my fellow comrades. Podrick!
Yeah.
I kind of snap my fingers and kind of like put my hands on the table. What's good, Podrick? Listen, I got you a proposition that the guild would definitely want to hear.
Okay, you have my attention.
You know Sanctum Vox?
Yeah, not too far away from here, but it's been closed for Titans know how long.
Here's the inside scoop. It ain't closed no more. See, those new adventurers that got hassled coming in, they said, some orcs tried to get into Sanctum Vox. Now, they were pretty kind to us, and we're gonna go see if they were okay. But if they were to have gone in and it is open to the public, then, you know, it's a wonder how many, magical trinkets and items of value would be underneath there. I'm sure the guild would love to get some of those in their hands. Think about just all the centuries it's been closed. Who knows? Mighty valuable history.
All right, that was an excellent. That was an excellent dialogue. You can give me a presence roll. I will give you a bonus of +2 already, like just baseline, because this is something that very much interests Patrick Vale. He almost like leans his head in, does like a double take around to make sure no one else is paying attention, and then taps his finger on the table to like have you lower your head so that they can discuss business. But I'm gonna need you to make a presence roll if you want to apply any sort of experience or whatever else. I would recommend it. The difficulty is going
give me a
to
sec.
15, which actually
You
is
said
not
a
actually
bonus
that
of-
high, by the way.
Okay. What's up? What's up?
You want me to do the hope thing? Do you want me to give you my hope?
Oh, sure.
Okay, I'll also help him. I'll use one of my hope to give him a bonus to the roll. She'll look to Patrick, sorry, and she'll kind of give him like the face of, don't worry, I'll be with him. It'll be fine. Okay, like nothing's gonna go wrong.
Okay, so you spend a hope, then you can add a 1d6. So you have a 1d6 and then a baseline +2.
So okay. Let me see if I can add anything to this through my abilities.
Yeah.
Could I? Oh, can I burn a hope to use my merchant
Yes,
experience?
there you go. I was like, come on.
Okay. Okay, and then could I mark a stress to make it do it with to double my experience modifier?
Yeah.
It's called adept. It's for a
Yeah,
school
yeah.
of knowledge.
Yeah.
When you utilize experience, you can mark a stress
You're good.
instead of
You're good. You
spending
can mark a
hope.
stress.
Okay, cool. Yeah, instead of spending hope. Yeah, perfect. Because I got that extra slot.
Yeah, just
so
make
might
sure,
as
like
well.
everyone here, just make sure you're not resetting your character sheets between sessions, so that you're burning these
No, I'm not.
resources and they are going to last until whenever you get your next
Yeah.
rest.
So instead of burning a hope, I get a stress.
I think you have
and
to burn a
then I
hope and you have
delete.
to burn a stress. Oh no! You just mark a stress. You're good.
And yeah, instead of spending a hope.
Yeah. Yep. Go for it.
So it's +6, 1d6 plus 6.
1d6.
That's the bonus.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
mean, hey, your odds are pretty good.
Yep. 24. With hope.
Nice.
Just barely hope. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
It's almost
Patrick, he looks over to you and he says, "Hey, that's some big news you got. If you're serious about it, if these orcs, they've opened up the vault or found some way to get into the sanctum, that could be a lot of work for the guild. What are you and your party planning on doing?"
Well, we're just planning to make sure our friends are okay first and foremost, but, between you and me, maybe we can cut you in as an equal partner.
So, you'll bring back a portion of the rewards from the relics, and what do you want in return?
Of course. Transportation.
Transportation?
Horses.
How about a wagon?
Let's go with the wagon.
He nods. He says, "Give me an hour, and I'll get you situated with a fresh wagon, fresh pair of wheels."
Alright. Thank you.
Any of you know how to drive a wagon?
Would I know how to drive a wagon?
Probably not if you're like a merchant and scholar. You probably had someone driving for you.
Okay. We can figure it out on the fly, Patrick. That's what makes us so good.
I know how to.
Okay, perfect. We got a driver, see?
All right.
Look how plan comes together.
Yeah. Head outside the gates in about an hour, and I'll get you sorted.
Alright. Thank you again, Patrick.
And then, yeah, you guys would only have to wait for about an hour. You'd basically kill more time. We don't have to go into details about how you're going to kill that time because it's still going to be very short. After which point, what would appear prepared for you. Hold on, let me see if I have it. Yeah, there we go. So you guys can drag your tokens out to the front gate, where there would be something waiting for you.
Patrick, you beautiful man, you always deliver. You're welcome, gang. Courtesy of the guild.
You sure have friends in high places.
You'll see that
What's
there
the
is
Nothing a bit of
a large,
negotiating.
almost like barrel-shaped structure that has these big, kind of spiked wheels on both sides. And it's being pulled by a mechanical warhorse named Bucket.
Okay.
Well, now look at that, Akai. How'd you pull something like this off?
Is this covered?
Yes, it's covered. So it has a door that
Look
enters
at this,
inside, and it's full covered.
Okay, cool.
Which one's the driving? Like,
Whoever wants to sit in the front.
oh, okay.
Yeah, don't worry about like placement of the vehicle. But we'll just do it like that, make it easy.
Well, I'm gonna ride shotgun, and he like literally pulls out a shotgun. So.
Oh.
Would expect nothing
Okay,
less.
this is perfect.
Yeah, I've been waiting for a pun like that the whole session.
Take a shot.
All right. Now with that, you guys would head out off into the waste. We're just gonna go over a little bit of narrative for a quick second, and I'm also gonna need a group roll from the party,
Ooh.
as you're gonna have to make your way over from Dusthaven north to Sanctum Vox. It isn't necessarily a difficult road to travel, but there still will be some navigation required, as it sounds like Eliza's the one that's piloting, so you're going to be the lead on this. It will be either a finesse or an instinct roll, and then everyone else,
Definitely.
if you want, you don't have to, by the way, but if you want, you can participate, and you can make a reaction roll to give a +1 or a -1 to the roll.
Definitely finesse.
I'm not gonna act. I'm in the carriage.
You're chilling. You're like, I did my part of the work.
Yeah, exactly. I got this fucking
Say that
thing.
last
Yeah.
part again. Can you say the last part again about like what did you say about rolling and adding up thing?
Yeah, and would you like us to? We should do our like rolls that we're gonna add to this before Eliza rolls.
Yeah, or it can be after, because we can just add it on after. It literally doesn't make a difference, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
11.
Oh my god.
Oof, so you're gonna need to help.
Look at that.
I didn't even say the
Oh,
DC.
it's oh yeah. Okay.
I'm just gonna.
I'm looking at the downtime list right now.
We're
trying to pull it
very
up.
eepy.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
Klepto is
we-
actually Klepto's actually gonna roll with presence, and he's gonna be like,
The difficulty
Eliza?
for this check is 12, and I did roll a random
gonna-
10 plus 1d8 for it.
I'm gonna make
Okay.
sure you stay alert by keeping you up, swapping stories the whole time we're driving.
I got a 13.
This is gonna be so much fun.
And that's a -1 to your roll, so
It's
You
definitely
got
on brand.
distracted. Let's see. Amity rolls a 4 with fear, so that's a -1. Morchella rolls a 13 with hope, so that's a +1. Pebble rolls a 5 with hope, that's a -1. Klepto rolls a 9 with hope, that's a -1. So currently you're at a -2.
Which is 9.
All right. So we're gonna go ahead and, well, actually no, we don't have to change maps for this yet. We'll just move you guys further down. We'll put you over here on this map here as you're traveling through the desert sands. There's a certain point where you realize you got to take a right turn to get off the main roads and head over to Sanctum Vox. It doesn't seem like there's any sort of paved road there. So you guys travel across with Eliza, running the reins for the wagon. And the journey across the Ashvale Wastes, it feels like a slow crawl, even though you're in this vehicle and you're making distance fast. Just the ambience, the bones of a forgotten world around you. The sun hangs high, a pale disk veiled by ash-choked skies. Heat ripples from the cracked earth, and the wind howls through dead scaffolding and the hollowed-out husks of toppled arcane towers. Shattered rails jut from the dunes like iron ribs. Here and there, the landscape shifts. Fields of fused glass glint besides rust-gnawed vehicles and fossilized war machines half swallowed by sand. No birds fly overhead. No beasts call. Only the low thrum of distant wind turbines spinning slowly on their last breath fills the silence. As you crest a ridge of jagged black stone, the horizon breaks, and there it is, Sanctum Vox. But in front of it, something peculiar. So, what almost looks like a shimmer of light coming down from the sand like a reflection of water from a mirage. It's as quick as the eye can see, and before you even have time to react, it's come closer, right up to your vehicle. It has a maw that's large, teeth sharp, eyes red hot like an iron coal. It looks like this.
Oh God.
As upon failing your survival roll or your finesse roll, you manage to navigate the party straight in to the nest of a glass snake besides a massive skull of some sort of extinct dead creature. And it is about to launch itself at the party. As that is where we will end today's session.
Yeah.
And I will be spending a fear to initiate that encounter. Because I didn't spend any fear today, because every time you guys made an action roll, you roll with hope.
Hell yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
And that will be our session.